Good evening, Samantha. Welcome back to the stream. My name is RX_Hydro. How are you doing today? Happy Thursday, everybody. And welcome back to Armored Core 6, New Game Plus 3. No, it's New Game Plus 2, isn't it? I'm always confused because it's the third playthrough, but that means it's New Game Plus 2. Because the second is New Game Plus 1. Anytime something is a little bit off. No, you know what? Because there are any counting systems that are a little bit off. Because programming starts counting at 0. And I guess this is similar. Your second playthrough is 1, not 2. But in every other context, you pretty much use 1, then 2, then... I'm never sure which it is. I can add numbers, but for the same reason, I always get confused adding dates. I'm like, wait, do I count the day it currently is? Or not? It makes no fucking sense. Why I'm confused, not the math. You never get that straight. Welcome back to New Game Plus 2, which means the third playthrough. How are all you doing? Slightly less confused than me. I hope you're having a fantastic day, a good week, and doing well. I'm excited to be back at Armored Core. I'm looking forward to wrapping this game up at this point, but I want to see what remains of it, since they've been feeding out little bits of extra plot in these New Game Plus and New Game Plus Plus. So I'm excited to get back to it. What's up, Shoujo? What's up, Dante? What's up, Superstructure? What's up, Lauren? Hope you're all doing well. New game plus plus. See, everything else gets 3, but the pluses only get 2. It's very upsetting. I don't like it. Maybe that's why I've never done New Game Plus before. How you doing? I'm doing well, thanks. Missed out on the last stream, but the VOD seemed fun. It was a good time. I was saying in Discord, I sort of wish that more games... Are you talking about the last stream or the last Armored Core VOD? The last Armored Core would have been when I finished New Game Plus 2 and started 3, right? But the last stream was the post-mortem on Baldur's Gate. And I was saying in Discord that I sort of wish more games had like the complexity and supported enough discussion and experimentation and so on to be worth a post-mortem stream. I mean, a lot of them, it wasn't supposed to get one. A lot of them just, you know, it probably should have gone the way the others go. Where if I had time, the stream I finished it, we would have just discussed it then. But it was very fun going back and doing sort of extra for that game. Yeah, I enjoyed it. More mech content. What's up? Hey, some guy, good to see you. Love your Elden Ring shorts. Never caught a live yet. I hope you're having a fantastic day. Thank you so much for watching the shorts. I'm glad you enjoy them. Hope you enjoy the live too. It's a different experience, but it's fun. It's chill, sometimes exciting. What's up, Explodaberry? Enough experimentation to warrant 14 playthroughs? For some people, I've heard. I find it hard to believe, but yes, for some of you, I have heard. Do you think you'll finish all those playthroughs? Or do you know some of them are just like, I just want to get this far forward to see this kind of stuff? Are there goals, or is it very much just, I'm not going to think ahead, we'll see what happens with all of your various tabs? Today you found out Dredge is getting a new DLC called Iron Rig. Really? Really? Hang on. I know it's getting a movie, or at least they entered into a deal to produce a movie. Okay, I'm finding a bunch of Dredge adaptation news, of course, like I was just saying. Iron Rig. You sure about this? I don't see anything yet. I know it's got one DLC already, which we did not even begin to explore in my stream. So I was kind of thinking of doing that a little bit at some point, because I quite enjoyed it. I want to see what little more is waiting for me. Depending on time and interest, I may even want to redo the ending and try to do the harder one, but I am so slow digging out all the clues for those kinds of things. I always pick up on the start of it, get through 2/3 of it pretty easily, and then the last third is like pulling fucking teeth. So I'm not sure anyone wants to watch me do that, but I kind of want to at some point. Found it on Reddit. I can't seem to find a source for that. Well, I hope they do. Having more of that game would give me more of an excuse, you know, doing 2 DLCs in a stream instead of 1. Because the DLC is supposedly only like an hour and a half, 2 hours. Would be a good excuse to go back to it. And give all of you more time to fish up the 2 things you didn't get in Lurkbait. You trying? Goals? Haven't you seen Shoujo's spreadsheets? Oh, I have. I told you I made a color-coded ending guide to get as many different combination variations as possible. There are goals, but you're feeling burnt out, so you've taken a 3-week break. That's fair. 2 out of 14 down, though. Nice. Twice as many as I've managed. That's excellent progress. By exciting, Hydra means chaotic. We need to finish fishing. I tier listed things, you know? I worked really hard to give you time. I don't feel like it's my fault that folks didn't. Anyway, we need to guess some games, talk briefly about the schedule, and then go ahead and talk about what game I am playing next, as this game's nearly done and Baldur's Gate 3 is done for now. And then we can go ahead and get to Armored Core. So let's start by guessing games. What's up, Mask? Good to see you. Hope you're doing well, friendo. How are you, Hydro? I'm good, thanks. I will get out of your way down into this corner. And on screen, I shall share with you, guess the game. That is the URL if you ever want to play this yourself, guessthe.game. We have one extra rule beyond just guessing the games here, which is if you know the answer, if you're certain of it, please don't guess. Just be super smug and go, I know this game. So give other people a chance to throw their guesses out. It's more fun and involves more people. It gives me a little more time to get used to being in front of the lights and the camera, because I had a pizza lunch today. So I am feeling relaxed and a little sleepy. And so more time with these bright lights in my eyes before I have to pilot a mech is probably a good idea. Probably. You pesky streamer, you. Skyrim, Pokemon, Narwhal, Cloud, Fairy Tale. What is this? This looks like a DS or a 3DS game, maybe PS1 or something. But something about this feels very DS or 3DS. That looks like some kind of spire of a tower, maybe? It does look like it has one weird open side facing us. Don't know why that would be. But over here, this still looks like a brick parapet or something. So I'm still guessing tower of some kind. What about, what's up, Thomas? Good to see you. What about, is there any game in the world with Narwhal in its name? No, but there is Starwall, which this is not, but I need more images. So we're gonna guess Starwall. It's not Starwall. Wait, too old for Metacritic? Well, that means it's not DS or 3DS. The hell is this? I guess PS1 probably? What is this? Shit. Colorful PS1 games. Klonoa, Crash Bandicoot, fucking... A lot of the ones I can think of started on PS2. I'm not super familiar with the PS1 catalog. Hence why I bought a PS1 in every PS1 game I could get my hands on. Had Ann Hacker set it up for me. We haven't done that in a while. Would everyone be super excited? Don't worry, I am kidding about the idea of you being super excited. About Final Fantasy IX next? But do accustom yourself to that idea. It's almost certain to happen at some point. I very much want to replay that game. Yes, yes, we've got 2! We've got 2 on board. I have no clue, dude. No clue. It's Nick's favorite. Do it, you coward. I will never do anything because someone called me a coward. I don't care about other people's opinion of myself. Other than if they think I'm funny. But if they think I'm a funny coward or funny and brave, that doesn't matter. Klonoa, Door to Phantomile. Really? I didn't think this was Klonoa. I was thinking of a colorful PS1 game. Do it or you're not funny. Pretty certain that's a joke, but I can't risk it. We're doing FF9 next. We're doing FF9 today. I'll change the category. We'll start it now. As your favorite, you'd be here for every stream you could be. I do want to do it at some point. We've done FF7 and the original, as well as remake, but not yet rebirth. We've done FF7 original and FF8 on stream. And I played FF9 years ago as a kid, which I had not FF7 or 8. I'd tried them a little bit, but I'd never gotten that far in either. I've beaten FF9, but I remember so little. Mainly what I remember is I had to look up the story and it still didn't make sense to me after I beat it. So. The important part, the part that I think won't surprise me, and therefore we won't get maybe my best reactions are, I remember the play at the start And I remember at the end when they're just like, what about another final boss? Which seemed pretty bullshit. I was actually talking about that just last weekend with Katie Cole. Because it kind of steps on the other final boss who has amazing music. Anyway, I did not think it was this. Holy shit. PlayStation, Klonoa. When would I have gotten this at some point? Maybe here. Action platform fantasy, and I remember you fight several bosses by running in rings around them. But like, I don't remember anything else. Wow, that was pure luck. In fact, I thought we'd already had this at some other time. Well, good, excellent. Hello.
Have a good time.
Snake then will fuck you while you try to walk through traps. Maithner, thank you so much for the Prime sub over on Twitch. I appreciate that immensely. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Enjoy your ad-free viewing and your backstory emotes. I hope you're having a fantastic day, friend. Good to have you here. And thank you for shouting out Katie Cole. I highly recommend those of you on YouTube as well, following Katie Cole 19. That's KATIECOLE19. But moreover, find her on Reels, TikTok. She may be on YouTube. I actually don't know if she posts shorts. But she has been on a hiatus from streaming because she's really focusing on short form content. And she's fallen into two styles. She does cosplay content, which is fucking excellent. She has a dagger cosplay and a selfie cosplay I've never seen the rival of, and just many other fantastic ones. And she takes so many videos of herself walking down through neighborhoods. I recognize the streets sometimes, where she's like, okay, I just finished this game, this anime series, whatever, and what the fuck is up with this? She has completely unfiltered thoughts. It's great. Good stuff. You started 12, then gave up. That's how I played 12. True. Virtua Fighter, Tekken, Soul Calibur. This feels very Virtua Fighter to me. I'm willing to go along with Virtua Fighter. After a year watching your VODs, you finally found your live. Greetings from Spain. Hola. Shit. I'm so used to, weirdly, people from Germany coming in, and immediately I'm like, what time is it in Germany? Which greeting should you use? I know Spanish somewhat better than German, but I get to use it so rarely. I feel like I'm tripping over my feet. Thank you so much for watching the VODs. I'm glad you enjoy them. I hope you're having a good one, friendo. Greetings from the US. You were saying that's what you did. The only FF you tried yourself was Crystal Chronicles. Oh, gotcha. Crystal Chronicles is a good game with the right people and a shitty game on your own or with the wrong people. You've been thinking of replaying lately? The only downside to you is the load times? True. That's what killed Fable 2 for me. Virtua Fighter. Wow, they only list from 2 onward, and they only list 2 in the Sega Ages 2500 Volume 16. I don't understand what I'm looking at. Okay, we're gonna try Tekken 3 then, because I feel weird about that. Tekken 3. It's the Tekken series. Can anyone get it right on? Which Tekken is this? Which one? You played it on your own, but that opening theme was dope? Well, I hope you enjoyed. I hope you had a different opinion to me. I started out playing with friends, so maybe by comparison, the time I tried to play on my own didn't feel as good. Maybe that. My brother. So, for anyone who doesn't know, Crystal Chronicles on the GameCube, I think you could play solo with a GameCube controller. You might have been able to play 2-player, but I think maybe as soon as 2, definitely 3 and above, everyone needed a Game Boy Advance and a Game Boy Advance link cable to the GameCube. And you use that as your controller because it had some really cool stuff where like everyone got their own goal they had to keep secret on their personal screen. Other than that, it was horrendous because that didn't feel as good as using a GameCube controller, and it was so fucking costly. But my brother and I had both gotten original Game Boy Advances, then upgraded to SPs, so we had 4 GBAs lying around the house. So he bought the game and 4 link cables and sort of like subsidized everyone playing it. And it was a great time. A great time. FF12 Zodiac Age is the best way to play 12. Never got past the first boss, gave up. Tag, Tekken Tag. I don't think it's Tekken Tag, but we'll take a look. Tekken Tag Tournament, which by the way, might be my favorite Tekken, though I haven't played one in a while. No, I think this is PlayStation 1, which would mean Tekken 1, 2, or 3. I think all other Tekkens are later. 2, we'll try 2. I was gonna say 1 for the hell of it. And it looks like I would have been right. Yellow, 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 green. Tekken 1 was the answer. It actually does look marginally better than I remember Tekken 1 looking. But maybe that's because it's played on like an emulator. This looks too sharp, some of these lines. This probably was on an emulator. That's what's fucking with me, I think. Released in 1994. Oh my god, look at Jack. Jesus. I guess his proportions are still basically that. I think his waist is a bit bigger, so he still has like a completely inverted triangle look, but at least he isn't pinched in the middle too. Jack is so fucking silly. He should just fall the hell over. But this is worse than he usually looks. My god, Tekken 1. What was this rated? Oh, it's too old for Metacritic, right. Tekken 1. Look at the hands on image 4. Oh yeah, that's way too sharp in my opinion. Like, it's blocky, it's low poly, but it's not as aliased as I would expect. Well, let's do one more previous day, Samantha. And then we'll go ahead and, Samantha, what is this? Talk about the schedule. Next game, it's plural, to play. And then we'll play Armored Core. SimCity 2000, I can believe SimCity 2000. You're gonna play Dragon's Dogma 2. Yes, they actually patched that, didn't they? Did the patch do anything for PC? Because let me tell you, I played Dragon's Dogma 2 for 6 hours. And I thought it was a horrendous experience that just frustrated me. Because it was so close to fun. There's so much there I want to like. And I didn't enjoy almost any of that game. But it's so close that if they patch it to run a bit smoother or maybe a couple quality of life changes, it might push it over the edge and I might enjoy it. So I do intend to go back at some point. Yeah. Title update. We've released an update including the following modifications. Fixed issue that prevented progression in some quests. Fixed some terrain that caused characters to get stuck. Okay. Miscellaneous bug fixes. All right, that doesn't give me a lot of hope, but they're updating it. They're working on it. Let's try SimCity. You know it? SimCity 2000. Were you right, Jojo? Is it SimCity 2000? I played most of my SimCity time on the SNES game because you could send Bowser after your cities in that instead of like, you know, Godzilla or a giant floating alien monster. And I thought that was pretty fucking cool. Good shit. Well done, Samantha. Yes, well recognized. 2000 sounds about right because it's custom size zoning areas. I want to go back and play one of these games at some point because I've got this weird idea that like, this game's, I'm a lot older than this game. What am I trying to say? It's been years since this game was made. I've gotten wiser and smarter. I bet I'm smarter than this game. That's not necessarily true. I think I would just embarrass myself trying to play it. But every now and then I go to GOG and I look at it like, I could spend a weekend or whatever. But I follow the rules. Look, we all draw the line in different places. Brad draws the line at anything 99% sure or below. He goes ahead and throws it a guess. SimCity 200 for sure. 2000, I know what you mean. They did some patches, but not quite there. Maybe in a few months. Fingers crossed. I really want to like that game. Have I what? Gone back to SimCity or gone back to Dragon's Dogma? Neither. Play City Skylines, the dopamine is legit. That one seems so much more detailed, but I'm sure the quality of life improvements are there and the game looks gorgeous. I should, next time I have that urge, hop on City Skylines instead. Definitely, definitely. Well done, Samantha. 3 up, 3 down. Perfection as usual. 644 played, 644 won. 100% perfect score. You supreme screenshot savants. You geniuses of screen captures. Oh, you impress me no end. Fantastically done. Now, this week, next week, what am I talking about? It's not the end of a week. Why do I think it's the end of a week? We can just talk about schedule normally. Well, we got stream tonight. We got stream Sunday. I've got no idea what Sunday's stream will be. Next week, I should have a regular schedule of Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and the following Sunday. So that's the schedule, which would usually be colored in by, like I say, telling you what I'm playing, but I still haven't decided. That was the announcement for what we're playing next. I still haven't decided. I'm still torn between, well, Dragon's Dogma 2, but it sounds like maybe not yet from what I just read.
Caught another stream. You know what that means.
Mod Slayer, thank you so much for the €2 super chat over on YouTube. That's very generous. I appreciate the support immensely. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Hope you're having a good day, friendo. Thank you so much. I'm still thinking about God of War Ragnarok. I'm still thinking about Alan Wake 2. Still thinking about Red Dead Redemption 2. Fuck, man. I opened this list to look at it, and my eyes are barely even focusing on it. A bunch of these. So my favorites list on Steam is stuff I want to remember that I mean to stream, and also things I want to play. And sometimes I'm staring at this like, wow, there's a lot of stuff here, but now I realize they're all just things I kind of want to play on my own at some point. I kind of do want to stream some of these, but they need special weekends where they can be their own special little thing. They're not going to bear a lot of attention for a long time, like On Guard, like Painkiller, like Fear Might, like Pray for the Gods. A lot of them are weird things like that. Where are the sort of like mainline Life's Blood of the Stream things I was planning on playing? Where'd they all go? I know it's more than just those 3 I listed, but I can't think of others now. Goddamn. FF9. There's that. Elden Ring modded when? People have told me they want to see the Convergence mod. I would love to play the Convergence mod. I feel a bit weird going back to one of those games modded right now just because, despite my inability to make a list right now, there were a ton of good games I wanted to play. If I really ended up crossing them all off my head, I must just not be thinking of them now. It feels like games are piling up too fast, so.
I'm contributing. I'm contributing.
Glad to be here for all the fun. Rex Hydraspace roll, Rex Hydraspace roll.
Drakus, thank you so much for the resub in the 6 total months on Twitch. I appreciate that support so much. Enjoy getting no pre-roll ads in your backstory emotes, as you already are. Rex Hydraspace roll. Thank you so much for the resub. I hope you're having a good one. By the way, I love your content. You're very kind. Thank you. I'm glad you enjoy. Mayhap City Skylines on Sunday with Fish. What's up, Eric? One-off sorbet day. Does Samantha get sorbet? Shoujo. Wait, was that an acronym, Shoujo? Single only. Oh, I'm struggling with R already. My mind is slow today. My mind is very slow today. But that's okay, because we're going through Armored Core 6 for the 3rd time. So I probably don't need to be at my best for most of these missions. I can probably sleepwalk through parts of them. And as for making good content, well. Oh, it wasn't an acronym? A palate cleanser, right? Sorbet is often used as a palate cleanser. That's why it was sorbet? Sorbet is what Shoujo calls like one-off or 2-stream smaller games in between like the ones you really dedicate time to. Yeah. You forgot about it only saying the emojis? Text-to-speech has its limits. Baxter looking spiffy. I forgot we still had Business Baxter. I meant to change that. You guys are getting to enjoy Business Baxter for another day. That's just how much Baxter enjoyed the corporate retreat. You can't get that briefcase out of his hands now. I'll wrestle it off of him later, but... Have you heard of Chants of Sinar? It's an adventure game where you decipher language. Yes, and I very much am interested in that one. Tino, thank you so much for the raid. Hello, everybody. You came in just on time. Did you hear we were talking about a game where you translate language? That was the core of Tunic to Tino. I think he did eventually realize there was an adventure underneath that he should take on and bosses he should beat. But really, Tunic was about deciphering language for him. I hope you had a good rest of your stream and everybody enjoyed the show. Is Strike a Lucky already done? Looks like that went fast. Samantha, all of you should be following Tino at twitch.tv/badweed. That's BADWIID. There are 2 I's in Strike It Lucky. You didn't. Which translation game are we talking about? Chants of Sinar, which I saw a review of recently, and it was very positive. And yeah, I think the core of the game is deciphering, is translating. The yellow one? The yellow one? Hang on. YouTube. Let's do this real quick. Chants of Sinar trailer. launch trailer from 7 months ago. 541k views. If only I could. If only I could. I mean, I have for some shorts and stuff, which is pretty fucking cool. I don't want to sound greedy. I was just joking. Be quiet, Ash's music. You're beautiful, but not now. Run disc underscore. And focus. Reminds me of Monument Valley. Yeah, it's literally all translation, right? That is the core. I wonder what the how long to beat on this is. Nine to 10 hours. Serious translating ahead. Wow. More or less yellow than Persona 4? More? What if yellow? Or is this a Tino doesn't know what teal is situation? Now it's gone blue just to make you look silly. Hollow Knight Subnautica. I kind of do want to replay Hollow Knight at some point, because it's had at least one major patch since I last played. But I think I still remember a good deal of it. I don't know, maybe in a weekend I could do 2 long streams and beat it again. Because that would satisfy me, but also not take up like 2-3 weeks. I really love the look of it. I love the idea of it. I didn't realize it was quite that long, which doesn't diminish my interest, but makes streaming it just a little trickier, because that's not the kind of thing people come back for week after week. So I want to do it in like 1-2 streams if I was going to stream it. But thank you for reminding me. I was super interested when I heard about that game, and I totally forgot about it. That's good to have back on my radar. Is it on Steam, or is it like an Epic exclusive or something? Let me add that to Chants of Sennaar. So I don't forget it again. Let me put that on my wish list. I love the Steam wish list because it emails me every time something goes on sale, which is what I use it for. Okay, what was I saying? Check out the Hollow Knight highlights with Wee Baby Hydro. Yes, one of my older highlights videos. 2, 3, I forget how many episodes it was. Over on youtube.com/rx/@rxhydro highlights, or just search RX Hydro highlights on YouTube. You can find highlights from my first playthrough of Hollow Knight. That art style, right? All right, let's go ahead and get to what's up, D. Chris? Thank you for joining in. And KFC, I saw you as well, but I don't think I said hello with the raid message. Hope you're having good evenings. Let's go ahead and get to Armored Core 6. Now, we're redoing a lot of stuff as this is New Game Plus Plus. So, I'm going to take a cue from about half of my For You page on TikTok and just like fill in with books, because I bought like $130 more of books recently. So I guess when I don't know what to say, we'll just grab a book. Like, I just got Garth Marenghi's Terror Tome. Down here it says curl up with this book, ... and die. I don't know anything about this. I literally know nothing. I know Garth Marenghi's Dark Place, and that's why I bought it. But I don't know if this is a novel about Garth Marenghi, or if it's a Garth Marenghi novel written ostensibly by Garth Marenghi, who is a character. Dreamweaver, Doom Sage, Sunday Times bestseller. But I have that. So there we go. That's a real book. This is a real book. In fact, I believe he has 2. The other one, I'm not sure if it's out or coming out soon, but yeah. Number 1, Garth Marenghi's Terror Tome. Good. Content. Let's start the game. Good shit. I don't know what else to say about that because I haven't read it. I'm realizing now that I think most people make content off of books they have read. So this stack beside me may be less useful than I think. Oh, before Tino has to like go get food or something, I should show him the one he'll like. Second up is Techno-Feudalism, What Killed Capitalism by Yanis Varoufakis. This book just came out recently. Yanis Varoufakis is the reason I bought this. I'm also open to the idea of this techno-feudalism thing where essentially companies have created cloud capital and now they rent it out to little serfs, us. And that's how the economy largely works. But anyways, the reason I mainly bought it was Yanis Varoufakis' name. Yanis Varoufakis has written 17 books. I don't know generally what people think of them or the quality or what they're mainly about. They're probably all economics. I know that during that time, the last thing he did other than this book was he ran for EU Parliament or EU something, ran for an office in the EU. He did not win. He's planning to run again. But, you know, a mover and a shaker. Before that, he was the Greek finance minister. I particularly remember Jon Stewart making a joke during one of their stories about how bad the Greek economy was, that because of the way he dresses, he has a certain style. They put up a picture of him in a leather, like, trench coat down to his knees, talking about how he looked like a gangster and saying, you need to dress for the economy you want, not the economy you have. But before that, the reason I actually know Yanis Varoufakis' name is for a while he worked for Valve as their in-house economist, and he wrote several articles on the hat economy. Serious scholarly thought about the rise of, like, literally important work, but it's just so weird about the rise of, like, digital goods markets and stuff. That's the only reason I bought that book. I'm hoping I enjoy it, or at least find it interesting. We'll see. Weird guy. Weird guy. More like a terror pamphlet. Terrorvella. I'm just saying, if you're going to call something a tome, it should be thick enough to be used as a blunt weapon to put people in a tomb. Tomes for tombs. Just make up what you think it's about. What does Terror Tome say on the back of it? When horror writer Nick Streen gets sucked into a cursed typewriter by the terrifying Typeface, capital T, capital F, that's a name. Dark Lord of the Prolix. The hellish visions inside his head are unleashed for real. Forced to fight his escaping imagination now leaking out of his own brain, Nick must defend the town of Stockford from his own fictional horrors, including serial killer Nelson Strain and Nick's dreaded Throppelganger, the Dark Third. Can he and Roz, his frequently incorrect female editor, hunt down... It's in character. I hope. Hunt down these incarnate denizens of Nick's rampaging imaginata before they destroy Stockford, Outer Stockford, and possibly slightly further? Read if you dare, but know that not one bone in your body will remain unchilled. Financial Times. Okay. So that's... yeah. There we go. What if you have stacks 10 deep of books you haven't read / are reading? After it's read, it goes in the clearance section at the bookstore. That's nice. It's sort of recycling. Nice. Definitely something folks do. That it is. All right. Let's see. Do we have builds this evening? Samantha, as ever, you are welcome to submit your builds for me to use. Please, 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 just do it in the Discord. There is a thread in general you can find using the threads button or the pinned messages button to share your armored core. And in that thread, there is a spreadsheet where you can, hang on, I'm trying to find my own resources here, where you can check what parts I have. Because unfortunately, a share code won't work if there's even one part I don't have. It also won't work if you're on console. That's just unfortunately the way it goes. So if you're on console, please, 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 just give me a picture of the parts list or something and I'll build it. We'll make it work. All right, cool. Cool, cool, cool. Let's go ahead. Get in the Ava, Baxter. You could waste paper and make it large print and make the cover hard and thick. That would make it a tome. Imagine not hoarding your books like a bibliophile dragon. Do you mean securing portals to other realms? let me see, I have a code for this. AC data. This is from Norm. It was left at the end of last stream. I've got 2 more after that. Currently in waiting. Let's go share ID. 4WRRPFBW7NLL. And it works! Here we have an AC with no name. Okay. And a beautiful gold and white style here. Hello. It looks almost like a religious mech in some way. Paint. Remove edit lock. Remove the edit lock. Discard the edits. There's the trick I was taught. I actually remembered it. Hello there. Can I zoom in here? AC test. Right trigger view mode. Resize model. There we go. Oh, they're like swirls. It's got all sorts of swirls of white, gray, and gold on it. All right. We have the KRSV multi-energy rifle, capable of laser, plasma, or combined fire. This weapon is equipped with a 2-stage charge system that provides a choice of firing modes. The charge is how I decide which of those 3 things it's firing. I've never used this before, I don't think. We have 2 of them. On our back, we have dual... Yeah, we do have something on our back. Dual plasma rifles. Damage inflicting area, remains active for a brief period of time. Charging the weapon causes the plasma fire to scatter, multiple explosions. So we have 3-way energy rifles, like those multicolored pens, and 2 plasma rifles. And then we've got pretty fucking heavy bipedal mech. What looks like maybe the heaviest bipedal mech we can. Interesting. And we fight at medium. We fight at medium range. Pulse armor. I'm worried about new laser weapons that sound complex because I'm generally bad with laser weapons, but absolutely I will try it. Let's go. Infiltrate grid 86. Reach the center, extra rewards based on number of enemies destroyed. Sure. What's up, Semamos? Why am I adding extra consonants at the end? What's up, Sam? I'm good to see you. I hope you're doing well, friendo. OMG double Kurosawa is wild. I wonder if this is a sincere build. It's painted like one. Norm, are you here to tell me?
Here's the request from Balaam Industries. They want you to carry out an advanced survey of the central ice field.
Sure.
To confirm the information Walter brought to them about the coral convergence.
Pomegranates, this isn't a new mission, right?
As for how to cross the Alian Ocean,
We're going to the cannon to be fired.
this is the intercontinental cargo.
This is not a new
launcher
mission. I know
installed
this
on
one.
the upper level of Grid
I know this one.
086. You could use it to launch your AC to the ice field.
Not new. Haven't played Armored Core 6 yet. Waiting until after you beat Baldur's Gate 3 and you just finished the Steel Foundry. That's good
Outlaws who
progress.
treat coral like a drug. It's also the territory of a belligerent group of arms dealers who call themselves RAD.
My god.
Be prepared for a perilous
sounds rad.
journey. I'll be here to support you, Raven.
Okay, sortie. Let's go figure out how to use these
Let me handle
rifles.
into the grid.
Really like that weapon, even if you usually run LW on Ling Tai Gen, so you can't even carry one. Lightweight on Ling Tai Gen. This is my first time using them. I haven't even read them before.
Commencing infiltration to grid 086. Creating backdoor into system. Deactivating lock on vertical catapult. Connecting steam cylinders.
You're gonna need a lot of power to lift this thing.
Launching.
Give it everything it's got, air.
Alright, Raven. Let's get to work, shall we?
Let's do it.
Main system activating combat mode.
One thing you have to keep in mind is they overheat pretty easily.
I've sent you the macro data. Let's head toward the elevator going to the upper level.
160, 90 on each arm. Blink is pretty good for these small ones. Ooh. They leave a plasma explosion? Wait, is it all, wait. So is plinking plasma or is it always a mixture of the 3? Why am I going so slow? I mean, that looks very plasma. What happens if I charge one? That looks like it doesn't leave any plasma behind, so that switches from plasma to energy. Also, Pomegranate Samantha, let me know if there are any logs in this mission for me to go get. Any items I should find. We're still open on that because I would love to be told as I go along, rather than have to come back.
You think you could just waltz straight in here? Hope you're watching, boss. Leave it to Invincible Rummy to show our guest a good time.
Got my energy.
Let's
try these.
Found. AC identified as Mad Stomp. Right. blast.
So close to overheating.
You're no ordinary tourist.
There we go. Easy game.
Mad stuff.
That was not hard at all.
Hostile AC destroyed.
Poor Rummy. Oh, yes, compassionate. Poor Rummy. Poor Rummy. Being so easy. Poor Rummy. Who am I kidding? This is my third time through.
Come on in and let's get acquainted.
Oh, I remember. You guys told me last time about this and that stuff, so I think we got everything in this mission. We should have everything in this mission. Got them all last time, I think. That's, yeah, I recognize this now, and I remember you guys telling me go over here, go over there. There was a place I had to go up high. I remember vaguely when you guys were telling me where to go.
That was Carla, leader of RAD, a formidable dozer faction. She joined them 3 years ago, bringing with her a crew of junk wizards and hackers. Within half a year, she seized total control and greatly expanded their operations.
Hello. Got them both? Got them both. Lancing them with both hands does feel pretty good.
Kept us waiting for it. Told you we love a good party.
Well, they did not need that much of a blast. The first one nearly ruined them.
Well, you're no slouch, are you?
Easy. Ah. Unaware, not for long. Wrong direction. Someone behind me? Did you just chase me to avenge your friends? How'd that work out for you? You should have counted yourself lucky I missed you. And again, I'm not sure if MTs have pilots, so maybe you have no concept of luck. I think only cores have pilots. Not certain of that, but I forget so long ago now were we discussing sort of the differences between them. MTs are like ACs, then why do they have different names? MTs, HCs, ACs, it's ridiculous.
Would have been cheaper to just hire you instead.
Go over that way this time. We've gotten everything it has to offer, I'm pretty sure. It means muscle tracer, and it was used as a working tool. They got a lot of guns for tools. ACs are like Gundams versus mobile suits. That makes sense. Insofar as it never made sense to me in Gundam either, but I learned to accept it. So I'll learn to accept it here.
Really forgot your fireworks.
And I mean, I'm augmented. Wasn't born this way like the new types, but it does take a special kind of person to run one of these things, just like a Gundam.
Interesting. Seems our tourists just cut above the rest.
Easy. ACs need augmented humans to pilot them, except for Freud, he's a special boy. MTs just run off regular humans.
Nice surrender.
So it's all about who you need to duct tape their mouse to.
Come on, I'll
Got
let
it.
you through.
Got it.
Come on now.
MTs are mass-produced, ACs are specialized unit. MTs are modified working max armored cores are designed to commit war crimes. Reminds me of when I played War Machine for a little while, and the faction I chose did not have war jacks. The mechs that a lot of the play in that game centers around. They only had work jacks because they didn't believe in war jacks until suddenly war came and they needed to fight. So they took their work jacks, which are war jacks, big old mechs, that only had hands to carry tools, or sometimes had tools like axes built on them, and they made them weaponry to hold.
Are you?
It was also the religious faction. I kind of like playing weird religious factions in fiction. It's nice to believe that weird religious fanatics are just a fake thing. But mainly I just liked that they had the mechs that carried weapons instead of having like cannon arms and stuff.
Too bad that this is goodbye.
Oh god, is this slow mech the one for this?
The dozers are certainly living
I don't know,
up
we'll
to
find
their
out.
reputation.
I've never really spent much time on the ground with this thing, so...
It's some kind of autonomous demolition deck. Rather well functioning. Those grinder arms can easily destroy it, so be careful.
Energy. Yeah, I've not spent much time on the ground and I can't jump away from it, and I can't easily fly above it for long, but it might still be best to fly above it for what little time I can.
Nice. I heard you were good. But the cleaner's going to have the last laugh.
Come on, show me your face so I can finish the stun. Damn it, I came down here because you were so close.
AP at 50%.
There we are, show me that fucking face. Okay. Well, shockingly good damage once that thing was stunned. That usually took me like 2 or 3 cycles with other weapons.
Offline. Complete shutdown confirmed.
Easy game. Oh, Hydro, if only they were fake, right?
Enough, tourist. It's been miserable knowing you, but I guess playing nice is a smart choice here.
Also, there are nexts, which are even worse than ACs. I mean, better, but in a worse way.
Guided tour from Cinder Carla.
That makes next very much sound like branding. Well, you know, on some synthetic testing, the performance looks better, so, you know, the print ads will be good, but I don't know, man. Like, no one's actually going to want to use it. We'll call it next. They're what comes next. Do you not have a next? You're behind. We're going to sell these things on their name. That's what we're going to do.
One new message.
Hello?
Hey, tourist. It's me, Carla. I had to work some of my magic to track you down. I've got a little job for you. Take a look.
ACs have cores, like a central chassis that MTs don't have.
It's highly
So do MTs have
unusual to
human
receive
pilots
messages
in
from
them?
hostile sources. Did she hack into Online's mercenary database?
Yeah, those allowed for graver war crimes. Wasn't there a mission in 4 where you killed like 500,000 people in colony ships? What, with a next? Some do? Okay. You know what? That works better than I was worried. That felt good. I'm gonna take it out for another mission. I like that, okay. Let me look at this weapon one more time, though. Multi-energy rifle capable of laser, plasma, or combined. This weapon is equipped with a 2-stage charge system that provides a choice of firing modes. So, pomegranates, what are they talking about there? It seemed like it was just plasma when I plinked it. And then it turned into a blue beam that didn't leave behind a blast zone I noticed when I charged it like 3/4 of the way. So once it's charged, is it pure laser? And then at 100% it's combined? Or do I have this off? Am I wrong about that? Could it play video? Oh, for the very first time we'll hit play video, but you shouldn't expect me to learn anything. How'd they do that? They didn't explain how they did that. This is the combined thing, but how is that done? How the fuck is that done? All right, so if I plink, plasma. If I hold, laser. Wait, no, it's charging both. How did I just get laser? I just got laser one of those times. What? Charge. Oh, and then a second charge starts? I see. I didn't think I held it down for as short as I apparently did. Okay, it's charge or charge longer. Got it. Okay, next book that I haven't yet read. Oh, this one will go down great with the Armored Core crowd. I have the poetry of Robert Frost. I guess I can try to justify this. I mean, I don't need to, but the reason I bought it now, someone made a Robert Frost reference in something I was watching, and I was like, oh, Robert Frost would be a great reference for comedy. Just have some of that under my belt, so I'm ready to pull that out. Because, you know, if I could like, and though in tinsel chain and popcorn rope, my tree, a captive in your window bay, has lost its footing on my mountain slope, and lost the stars of heaven, May. Oh, May, the symbol star it lifts against your ceiling, help me accept its fate with Christmas feeling. Hilarious, right? So I got that. This book talk thing is working. Stop the secret data breach. Destroy all hacking drones. Oh, this is the timed one. I hope I remember how to do this. We'll see. We'll see.
Ah, my favorite little tourist.
Two paths diverge. The world will end in fire. Sounds like Walter and Carla.
I need a little help cleaning up.
And it was from out. Yes, I know that one.
See, a certain
Take the road least
smashed up all
traveled.
my defense hardware, and now I've got rival dozers muscling in. It's the
It
Junker
makes more
Coyotes.
sense now
We never did
that
get
she's
on.
hiring me right after I smash up her
Always
shit,
sniffing around, just
knowing
waiting
that
for a
she's
chance
friends
to
with
bite.
Walter. But I wonder if she chewed Walter out at all
This is one
for
thing.
giving me the job
Going
to
after
go
our
after
development data too.
the rad mechs in the first place, or if she knows that's just part of the game. You know, he's got to keep away. He's got to pretend like he's giving, like he doesn't have his own horse in this race. So he's got to rent me out to
pretty low of
various
them.
terrible
At least
interests.
give him credit for knowing where the value is.
I took the road less traveled, and it made all the difference. Until New Game Plus Plus, when I viewed all possible
I make up
roads.
for it by keeping my secret
Robert Frost
safe.
was about the lore. Sortie.
Your handler didn't authorize this sortie either,
I didn't even notice that.
but we shouldn't miss this chance. I'll support you.
Maybe she went around Walter. They worked together. This probably says something about their working relationship, whether it's a lot of trust or whether it's they, you know, have the same goals but perhaps disagree about how to go after it.
Activating combat mode.
But I'm too stupid to piece it
Let's
together.
get rolling, tourist.
I am missing a log in
Destroy
this
all
one.
the hacking
Please
drones those
feel
degenerate
completely free to
coyotes
guide me
left
to
here.
it. Tell me the first thing I'm looking for
Let's be quick about
to
it.
stop and start looking around.
Security breaches reached.
Oh god, it's already
10%.
happening. I'll replay it if I have to. We'll get it this time. Where is it?
Must be about 5 drones. to
How do you
pull that
find it?
off.
There's one of my little hacker things.
Confirmed. Target destroyed.
One. There's like 4, right?
4 to go.
Straight out of the gates. Keep it up, tourist.
Another one right down back here, as I recall.
Target destroyed.
See ya.
I get why they want our tech. I just wish they had a
See
little
ya.
more flair.
Okay, then I
If it
can go
were
further
me,
along this way, I
I'd raid us
think.
from orbit and
No,
just
I can't
yank our
open that.
servers off the ground.
Hang on. Where's my way through? I can go through here. It's in the same secret tunnel by the lava. The same secret tunnel by the lava. I think I know where you mean. I think. Go down the pipe opposite the one spewing lava.
Coyotes are using RADMT.
Confirmed. Target destroyed.
This thing just pisses out damage. It's
Guess I
ridiculous.
better get to work on our countermeasures.
Okay, I can hack my way in here because what? I can go up above or something? Is that the idea of this place? But this just takes me back around to where I was earlier, I think. Alright, one remaining target. I haven't gotten the log. I still have half the time.
One left.
Am I coming up
You'd
on
have to
the...
try to mess it up now.
Am I coming up on the... It's over here. But hang on, we need to leave that for a sec. Don't shut me out. Where's the fiery thing? There it is. This is what I need, right?
Security breach has reached 50%.
We can still make it, Raven.
I know.
If If you can't spot the targets, try using your scanner.
Okay, what am I? Down? What am I looking for around here? You sure I haven't gotten this one? I remember going in this tube. And I fight a guy who comes out here, right? Will you fucking cool down, weaponry? That's another mission? Really? Okay, so what am I here to get? Oh, I acquired a combat log. You're right. Okay, okay. Now I need to fucking get out of here. I see it. I see it. Please, God. Carry me away. Come on. All right, I think I remember where I'm going.
That's, not great.
This way, and then back more. And over here? Yes! Okay.
All hacking drones destroyed.
Good shit.
Good job, tourist. You sent the coyotes and their pals a little counter-virus. Their servers are officially fried. Maybe that'll
Easy
teach
game.
them to behave.
Easy game. Thank you, Robert fucking Frost.
Are there more of them?
Huh?
They're outside.
Oh, right.
Let's move to intercept.
We're off the clock now, right? So we're good.
Huh. You're the freelancer from the dam raid.
Hello? Will you stand still in plasma blasts for me? It would help a lot. Friend?
And here I thought I'd just make some extra scratch. Guess I can settle the score at the same time.
I see the coyotes got some help too. Don't forget to smile, tourist.
You know, I really owe you one. You got lucky at the dam, and I'm gonna prove it. You're gonna die, freelancer.
Sure, whatever. Oh, energy, right. Did they both overheat at the same time? I just started deciding I was going to charge one up. Ah, come on. I let go of a fully charged one for the fuck of it, but of course he was moving at the time, so nothing for that.
They're all over us. Help me out or we're both dead.
Sure.
Right hand
I think that probably is the wise thing to do.
30%.
What do I need to equip here? Fuck, I'm trying to look at my shoulders, not fight for a second, so I can see what weapons I have.
Left hand ammunition at 30%.
I think Iguazu finished that one off just fine. Where are the others?
No repair kits remaining.
Is that Iguazu I'm aiming at? That one should be dead. Let's go get the last of these. If I can. There's two of them. Jesus, I forgot how many they send. Or maybe it's different on this difficulty.
80%.
This fight's not going my way. Not in the least.
AP at 30%.
Guazu, if you could do a little more work. We good now?
All unidentified machines
Yep.
destroyed.
So now we kill each other again.
Now we can finally be alone. You're next, freelancer.
Right hand ammunition at 30%.
Come on, overheat. Overheat for me.
Left hand
Yeah, I hit him with one big blast. I'm gonna die, but I felt he's healing up anyway. It felt good.
It'll be peace and
I got one of those massive charge, you know, combined blasts on him.
Learned your lesson? You're out of your league, freelancer.
Let's try that again. And hopefully not lose one full health bar while just trying to determine what weapon I had in my hand and what was on my shoulder. Ooh. Restart from checkpoint. Samantha, I'm still enjoying myself, but I think I gotta say, I think this game is suffering from multiple playthroughs.
Don't forget to smile, tourist.
It's good if you want to play multiple playthroughs, that they offer you something extra, and this is a game that bears more experimentation than most because you can completely remake yourself over and over again and try new combinations. But I think I'm liking it less and less the longer I play at this point. I just want to see the ending. Come on, you hit me with that when you went over me? I dodged that! I fucking dodged it!
They're all over us.
Did I really have my timing wrong or something?
Dead.
2 repair kits remaining.
Come on. Oh, that was nearly dead. I think it's going to be best to go take out these long-range ones first if I can get a second to. Where are they hiding? Are they not here yet? Do they spawn later? It's a Guazu. You're dead.
Unidentified machines destroyed.
Really?
Now we
How'd that
can
happen?
finally be alone. You're next, freelancer.
AP at 50%.
Come on, I want another charge blast on him. Got him!
That ringing in my ears again.
Of course he heals up, but it feels great.
You're gone.
Left-hand ammunition at 50%.
Isn't it always, though? Does that hit him? I actually couldn't tell.
AP at 50%.
And again? Hey.
Damn it! I would have had you.
2 tries and done. I just needed to remember that there were ads in that fight and decided to go after them first. And probably have an extra heal. That helped a lot.
Looks like it's over.
That
I'll
helped a
have the
lot.
crew check out
Mech's
those
still good.
mechs.
Raven,
Nah, that's a
this
Guazu's fault.
unidentified
He's the worst,
machines
just
are
on
using
original.
Encrypted communications.
Who's up armoring their core? What's
I'll
up,
do what I
TS?
can to decrypt them.
I think usually people find a build by now they really like and use it to make new game faster, but yeah, having to redo certain missions is a drag. I could race through some of these with just having... I guess that does make a difference, yeah. I was thinking that we got more parts. We got the IB-CO3B NG-1001 booster. An iconic piece of kit. Well remembered for its iconic name. Exciting. Yeah, this might go faster.
One new message.
If I just stuck with, like, SMGs on the lightweight mech that I like.
Guess you noticed that job from Balaam and decided to take it. Next time, look before you leap. You can't trust anyone on Rubicon. Keep heading for the ice field. I'll take care of some loose ends in the meantime.
Looks very much like a megaphone. Does it deal sonic
I managed
damage?
to
I
decode
know I
his
tuned in
encrypted
an
codes.
inopportune moment.
They identified you as an impediment to the release project. But what is the release project?
She said, what? Carla identified me as an impediment to the release project? Pomegranates. Who did she say identified me as an impediment to the release project? I forget, and I missed that part this time, clearly. All right, Norm, thank you so much for the build. I appreciate it. That was so much more enjoyable than I thought it was going to be. That worked fantastically well with a little bit of practice, even in my clumsy hands. Now then, we have Breaking Bread's tank mech. Always a delight. What do I need for this? Right arm MLT-04, that is the handheld missile launcher, right? I believe I have that already for both hands. Seems like I do. Left arm, the Taiyang Shou. DFET-09 Taiyang Shou. Got it. Right back, EULE-60D. The Pulse Shield Launcher. Okay. Left back, VE-61 PSA. Pulse Scutum, however it's pronounced. Head is Basho, I have that. Core is VE-40A. Arms are Tian Liao. Legs are Bornemitsa. Booster, none. FCS is the Talbot. And generator is the Santai and Pulse Armor. Good, so I should have everything other than those two I need to buy. There's a reason why you use your dual laser build on speed build. It clears missions faster. That's new dialogue, the stealth mechs, the robots that attacked you. Oh, I see. Okay. I didn't even notice any stealth ones the second time. All right, I'm building a mech. MLT-04. There we are. Taiyang Shou. Explosive thrower. Explosive launcher scatters the spray, devastates the area ahead of the user. Charge to arrange the spray of projectiles into a vertical. Okay. I've got that, and I've got... all right. We're gonna fill the sky with explosions. Or the ground, maybe. EULE-60D. Pulse Shield Launcher, developed by Schneider, deploys pulse barriers that cancel out incoming fire. Craft that come into contact with these barriers suffer major ACS strain due to resulting sensor interference. Alright. Don't know how to use that. And the Pulse Scutum. Designed by Arquebus ADD, unlike other models, this shield must remain idle for a short time after deployment to exhibit its true potential. Regular guarding provides higher damage mitigation than IG. Wait, really? Impact dampening, deployment range, defensive... Where's the... Is it in the extra stats? Where you can see... Idle damage mitigation, idle impact, idle time. Deploy heat buildup, deployment range, cooling. I was wondering if there were just two stats that tell me how good is it as soon as you pull it out, and how good is it a second later when you continue holding it. This sounds like you're supposed to get it out and hold it? I'm not sure I understand. And I don't know how to read these stats. Unfortunate. Unfortunate. Did you miss book talk? You've missed Garth Marenghi's Terror Tome, Techno-Feudalism, and the Poetry of Robert Frost. Up next we have Roadside Picnic by Arkady and Boris Strugatsky. This is the basis. I love this picture, so actually I'm going to go over to the screen real quick so you can see it a little bigger. This is from the movie. This is the basis for Stalker, the movie and the games. It's very, very little like them. I read an old translation and now there's a new translation. This is that new translation and I'm very excited for it. It's not terribly long and I found it super enjoyable the first time. Yeah, the basis of Stalker. The games draw more from that book than they do from the movie, but they do draw some visuals from the movie. The movie draws almost nothing from the book. It's interesting stuff. Cheeky Breaky. Other than Robert Frost, you've heard of none of those? Fair enough. One of them's comedy, and one of them I bought primarily because it's written by an economist who used to work for Valve and used to write serious articles for them analyzing, like, the rise of digital economies of, like, hats in Team Fortress 2 and stuff. So I'm just interested in this guy's weird thoughts and stuff. And I'm open to the idea of techno-feudalism, which is about how big tech is making us serfs. All right, head is the Basho head. I'm getting like 20 seconds out of each of these books. It's taken a lot of weight off of 20 seconds of my time now and then. It's really a great crutch to... I should have read some of them first. Is Diamond here? I can tell him what I'm thinking of the Obelisk Gate. I think he's the only person here who's read that. I'm enjoying it. VE40A. What the fuck? Do I not have the VE40A core? Oh, there it is. Somehow I just went by it without noticing the first time. Tian Liao arms, which I think are big ones. Yes, they are. The Bornemitsa tank. Lower half. Yep. Booster removed. Don't I know it. And the Talbot. The classic Talbot for close and medium. And Sentai generator. Sentai Gen is coming to town. Pulse armor. Okay, we're good. Let me go paint it up just a little bit like theirs, because I do have a picture of it here. Color set. In fact, it may be one of the pre-made... How do I take the texture off? Yes, it's this color set for the weapons as well. Pattern. Design. Take me back to just that right there. Weathering. Oh, we should be gorgeous. Virtually pristine. For these kind of bright colors, I feel. But thank you for asking. There we are. It's everybody's favorite RC car. Save edits and quit. So, I have got missiles in my right hand. Explosive thrower in my left hand. I have pulse generator. I can throw pulse shields. Don't know what that means. With my right shoulder. And I have some kind of block with my left, but I don't know how to best use it. I feel I've set myself up for failure in my misunderstanding of all these parts. But we'll try. Let's go to the cannon and get out of here. The full movie Stalkers available on YouTube. Have some patience before you watch it. Have some patience. Be in the mood for a slow, art house film. But parts of it are fucking gorgeous. I'm glad I watched it. But you need some patience for that movie.
We're continuing through Grid 086 toward the Intercontinental Cargo Launcher.
Also, we're an hour and a quarter into stream and I've gone through 4 books and have 3 left to talk about. We're gonna need to go to my Kindle at some point.
I'm not sure how safe it is to trust a dozer. But if we turn her down, we turn her knowledge down as well. One more thing, Raven. Cinder. Carla's nickname? That's what the Rubiconians call survivors of the fires of Ibis. But if the fires happened half a century ago... well, it could just be some dozer inside joke.
Sortie, please. I just need to get to the cannon and fire off.
Third sortie together,
Yeah.
Raven. I'm quite enjoying the routine.
Love a physical copy, but your Kindle is so damn convenient. I can't really figure out. There's something in my mind where some books I obviously want physical, some I'm perfectly comfortable only owning digitally. And then there are some where I've gotten both for convenience usually, like I was reading it physically until I realized I wanted to bring it with me on like a trip where I didn't want to pack the book, you know? And so I bought it again on Kindle. But that dividing line between, oh, obviously I want a physical copy, or, nah, I can't tell you what it is. No clue.
This elevator goes straight to the top of the grid. The outer
Last thing you
shell.
read on your Kindle was Congo by Michael
Sadly,
Crichton.
that's beyond my territory. I mean, once you're out there...
I'm currently, as I said,
These
reading
satellites
The
see
Obelisk
everything.
Gate by N.K. Jemisin, second to the Broken Earth trilogy. The
The
first, I think I've said on stream before, blew me away. I was really impressed by it.
Guess what happened?
The second is, I'm halfway through and it's gotten nearly as dark at times, but I'm still enjoying, which is part of what shocks me about this series. It's just so well written. Interesting. The second, the first set up a really interesting, somewhat, I don't want to say limited, but, or it's not realistic. It's quite high fantasy, but It felt like the author was limiting herself so that you could grasp sort of the bounds of this new and fantastical world pretty well. How some people having magic would affect the politics and the culture. That was a huge purpose of it, right? And this second book is vastly expanding the insane possibilities of the world. Who the villains are, how large and effective they are, what has a mind of its own and things. It's wild.
Well, nowhere to hide now.
Brute force it is then.
Yeah, I don't know how to escape those things. You just go fast? Is that what the
Don't
idea
get
is?
fried.
Or just don't get fried.
That's an extremely
Just don't.
powerful laser. Be careful, Raven.
Too slow!
AP at 50%.
Too slow to not get fried. You just don't like reading off a screen? I have a Kindle Paperwhite, because I agree, I don't generally like reading off a screen. Not for long periods. I've gotten perfectly comfortable reading like articles off of my phone. But for books, page or the Kindle Paperwhite screen work really well for me. Also, the best part of a Kindle is I don't buy my books from Amazon. I buy them off of Kobo, where I can then make changes to them. Let's just say make changes to them and use them however I like. And it's great. E-ink displays are pretty great, yeah. What book? I'm talking about The Obelisk Gate, book 2 out of 3 in the Broken Earth trilogy by N.K. Jemisin. All 3 of which won the Hugo Award 3 years running. And another book we're going to talk about today. In fact, the next book coming up is also a Hugo Award winner that's been getting a lot of attention recently. It got an adaptation, so someone might be able to guess it. Oh, this is the octopus fight?
There.
You know, for what I said about it being a bit of a drag going through some of these missions again, it feels like just last Armored Core stream we did this mission, so they're going reasonably fast.
That's the container.
Reasonably. Stop buying physical copies until you know you love it. So use your library a lot. That's the best idea. Making use of the library, certainly.
Wait. Enemy detected.
Okay, I haven't even tried using my other stuff. So you throw shields. I can hide behind, I guess.
Great. You found a sea weapon. That tourist is a sea spider. One of the Institute's relics left to haunt Rubicon. Now what's it doing here?
Okay, can I just out-armor you? Because I can't dodge shit right now. Doing a terrible job of trying.
This is no ordinary machine. Be careful, Raven.
That machine was created by a bunch of mad scientists, tourists.
Okay, those only last for like a split second, so you throw them out just before a blast comes. Okay, that didn't quite work
Raven, your AC
somehow.
is damaged. Focus on evasive action.
Stop dodging when you don't need to. You have tank legs. You can't do that shit. Fuck, where was the shield? Was I too near? Did it just hit them?
No repair kits remaining.
How do you use this shit? Well, that blocked almost nothing.
Guess you just can't beat the Institute.
Okay. Is this another randomly generated mech? Who made this one? Is this sincere? What am I not getting about how to use this thing? I feel like I don't have a ton of damage, though I know I'm missing my explosion throwing constantly. So maybe that's on me.
Now, if you could just step inside.
Should I kick more? Should I be throwing shields constantly into the enemy? What am I getting wrong here?
That machine.
Great. You found a sea weapon.
Did that just deal a bunch of stun?
One of the Institute's relics left to haunt Rubicon. Now what's it doing here?
Chrome source from the generator. This is no ordinary machine. Be careful, Raven.
Dodge too early. In fact, I'm not sure I can get out of the way of that just by dodging. But I could give it a much better try than that. Like that. There we are. That felt better.
2 repair kits remaining.
Don't I know it?
AP at 18.
Well, fuck off, man. I saw the shield come out in time.
Focus on evasive action.
Leaves a sea weapon out for someone to trip over.
It's hard. Digital books lack the sense of progress that paper books give. Oh, I disagree. I really love the Kindle setup of progress bar, and you can decide at what it looks like with you know, not a ton of options, but you can decide what it looks like. You can decide if it tells you how many pages are left until next chapter, end of book, estimated time. I get addicted to that information. Doesn't always even make me feel good, but I like having it. You also like the estimated time, and then you try to beat it. Exactly. That's why sometimes I'm like, yeah, I made it to the end of the chapter. You thought it would take 15 minutes, 10. You don't know me. After all this time together, I can still impress you. Now, what happened in that chapter? Wasn't paying attention, much like this fight. Much like, well, let's take some attention off of me. The next one is The 3-Body Problem. The 3-Body Problem by Cixin Liu. Excuse me if that is not how the name is pronounced. I'm very bad with Chinese names, but I believe that's close-ish. The 3-Body Problem, which is about, I believe, Earth being held hostage by aliens from a distant galaxy, distant star system. It's become a series recently. I've heard the series is excellent. I kind of want to watch that too, but I read a description of just one scene of the series and was like, yeah, I want to read that book. Oh, never mind. None of the stuff on the back is the synopsis. Wait, maybe it is. With The 3-Body Problem, English-speaking readers get their first chance to experience the multiple award-winning and best-selling 3-Body trilogy by China's most beloved science fiction author, Cixin Liu. Now the opening volume of the series is available in paperback for the first time, set against the backdrop of China's Cultural Revolution. A secret military project sends signals into space to establish contact with aliens. An alien civilization on the brink of destruction captures the signal and plans to invade Earth. Meanwhile, on Earth, different camps start forming, planning to either welcome the superior beings and help them take over a world seen as corrupt, or to fight against the invasion. I'm excited. 3-Body Problem is supposed to be, great, for everything I hear, yes. That is amazing, a modern classic of sci-fi. The latter books kind of lose the magic, but the first trilogy is top tier. The first trilogy is, or the first book of the trilogy? There's more than just a trilogy of books, is what you're saying? For books this year, you're trying to read everything Brandon Sanderson has written on the Cosmere. Hasn't he written like tens and tens of books? I hope the Cosmere is a relatively small subset of his oeuvre, because otherwise, holy shit. But good luck, I hope you enjoy yourself. I, for one, welcome our alien overlords. Tried to read The 3-Body Problem, couldn't finish it. Had some issues with how it was written. Other people may have better luck, evidently. I'm very interested. I have read a couple things about how just, you know, it's a translated book, and so tone is a different sort of thing to reading in the author's native language. But I don't know. I love the idea of science fiction from cultures different to mine. Something about the way other cultures imagine is even more interesting to me than just other cultures, which is interesting enough. Let's take out somebody else real quick. Fortunate Son, why don't you come here? Senator's son, Fortunate Son. I still got all the parts for you. Can you tear this thing apart, please? Please. Just quickly. First of the trilogy. Sorry. Got it. Alright, I'll keep that in mind depending on my feelings about this book. I'll try to decide if I want to read more. Let me see. So I've got cannon, 12 cell, and then I've got dual chug machine guns. I remember how this works.
Enemy detected. That machine.
Great. You found a sea weapon. That tourist is a sea spider. One of the Institute's
Pretty good. It's pretty good, Samantha. I'm not good, but it's pretty good. Carry me, Fortunate Son! right on the underside. Didn't even stun it.
Another call response.
Got it.
Watch out.
No. This could be some good R&D data.
God, I've forgotten how well this AC flies. Like, for how long I can just stay in the air.
You can do this, Raymond.
Smashed it.
Easy game. Easy game.
Going to explode.
Also, Team Kindle here. Just need to give it a little American stars and straps, it turns out.
For fuel.
Aren't we all
That was
using the
quite
coral
the
for
show,
fuel?
tourist. How about we get back on track?
Because I was making that space
Hop in
oil
the
joke.
container.
I've been
I'll
wrong
operate
since the
launcher
start.
from here.
Have you read Tender is the Flesh? No, I don't believe I've heard of Tender is the Flesh.
Brace
Or wait,
yourself.
something about that's vaguely familiar. Maybe it was on a list of... I know nothing about it. Though maybe I heard the title at one point. Would you recommend?
By the way, tourist. You're Walter's hound, right? Well, I guess a dog can't choose its master. But still, tough luck. I feel sorry for you. I really do. Oh, and one more thing. You know the cargo launcher's strictly for cargo, right?
I love all those rolling, like, pipes leading up to it. They
No
make
one's
the
ever used it to
entire
launch
sort of, like,
themselves before.
fiction of
At
this
least not in one
insane
piece.
railgun more believable. There are some fantastic little touches to just the mechanical design in this. So good. Don't know if you'd recommend, but the premise is a virus has wiped out all animals and people started to cultivate humans
your
as
luck
cattle.
changes.
Jesus. That sounds grim for me, but fascinating. Alright, maybe I'll look up a review or a synopsis sometime. I don't know why that reminds me of this, but I've got a real feel-good short sci-fi story for anyone looking for one. I believe it's called Prayer for the Wildborn. It's about a post-apocalyptic future,
Don't you?
but the world has, how do I describe it?
The voices of the coral.
The world has
Coursing across Rubicon.
maintained a shocking amount of tech, while humans, I think unrealistically, but it's such a feel-good book, have chosen to largely or entirely
Walter was correct
regress
in
from
his judgment.
cities and build villages and live as nomads in some places,
The coral.
but supported by select
It's here,
bits of
in
tech
this
they carry with
desolate
them.
place.
It has a very Ghibli feel to it. Everyone is quite rural, their jobs are quite idyllic, but they have like techno carts with, you know, like scrappy, scratched up tech they work with and stuff. Anyway, it's not very long, and it's just a beautiful short story, really. I loved it. It's like a novella. I may have the title wrong, because I know there's a sequel out now. I think I'm remembering the title of the first one. It's whatever the first book is of the series that includes Prayer for the Wildborn. Fuck it, I can go find the title. One second.
Augmented Human C4621. Entering Standard Mode. 1 new message.
Looks like you've made it to the central ice field, 621. Good. I'm done tying up loose ends. Arquebus found their own way in and are ready to deploy survey squads. And it looks like Balaam's come running after you scoped out the place too. You know what's going to happen. Business as usual.
It always does, doesn't it?
But you
That
can make it work
business.
for us.
Sounds like a dope aesthetic. It is. I was a bit wrong. It's a psalm for the wild built.
I've been looking into the integration program, and I turned up something interesting. It looks like Allmine's been gathering data on new craft no one even knows about yet.
Unsure if new dialogue.
Back door. How about taking a peek, Raven?
Oh, this is new. Good. I was about to say, should we talk about books? What is this? Hang on. New craft data has been added to analysis in the arena. I have new arena fights. I'll show you real quick. There's a cute little robot up there. I know you can't see him very well, but there's a robot up there. And here's a woman with her sort of techno cart. It's a good time. It's a good time. You know what else I found while I was over there? Hang on. Let's do these in order of sort of strangeness, though two of these I don't quite know how to... Too many books on my desk now! God damn it! Mexican Gothic, recommended by a friend. Very looking forward to this. Night Bitch. About a new mother who begins feeling rather disconnected from her physical self by motherhood. And I believe the title comes from the fact that she begins to imagine herself like a dog. She dreams now and then of like eating her kids. One of my friends told me about this and it sounded interesting and very weird. Night Bitch. And this is the Infernal Dictionary. It's literally just a selection of demons and princes of hell from some of those like ridiculous books with long names from history. Yeah. Oh, look at Stolas. Stolas is a cute tall owl with a crown. Look at Stolas. I got this as a gift for a friend, but I haven't seen them since, so. Anyway. Night Bitch sounds horrific. So is motherhood sometimes. But we got new content here. We got content here. Pause on book talk, everybody. Oh. I'm not sure this is making the stream better, but I'm enjoying myself. Where's the Glass Panther? The Glass Panther is out up there. Or did you mean where's the Glass Panther in the Infernal Dictionary? Mexican Gothic is on your reading list. That was another one recommended by the same friend that recommended Night Bitch. And Mexican Gothic sounds a more mainstream appeal, but just as good. Where is it? After receiving a frantic letter from her newlywed cousin, Noemi Taboada heads to High Place, a distant house in the Mexican countryside. Noemi is an unlikely rescuer, a glamorous debutante, more suited for cocktail parties than amateur sleuthing. Yeah, it's like a murder mystery, but what she told me, and it doesn't look like it gets into here, is a whole lot of weird hallucination and strange supernatural phenomena and stuff. Yeah, I'm excited for it. That cute owl probably eats babies. How dare you say that about Stolas? I will tell you what Stolas does. Are they in order? They are, okay. There was no index at first, so thank God they're in order. Stolas, Stolas, Stolas. Great prince of the underworld who appears in the form of an owl. When he takes that of a man and shows himself before the exorcist, he teaches astronomy, as well as the properties of plants and the value of precious stones. 26 legions recognize him for general. So there! Teaches astronomy and the value of stones. And a general of many miniature demons. But still. Never mind, my bad. Big fan of Hydro's book club. I'm glad you're enjoying. Okay. So I was awful with that last mech. I am so sorry that I feel like I misunderstood how to get damage out of it. That or it was a randomly generated one, but I believe that was Breaking Breads. I apologize, I did not use that to the fullest. Thank you so much for submitting it still. I do appreciate. Let's go to the next one. AC data, download. This is from Gonzalo, K1DV. 85. GUZ25N. Did I get that all correct? I did. Fast Flyer. I like the sound of that. We got 2 4 or 6 cell missile launchers, and I forget what these weapons are. I think they're plasma blasts. AC name Poison Bloom. Includes parts you don't own. Am I too poor? No, they would tell me. I literally can't use it. Right? If I load... Yeah, they would tell me if it's missing. I'm so sorry. Gonzalo, I'm sorry. But it won't even tell me which parts I don't have, so I can't make a change on the fly. If you'd like to check the spreadsheet and resubmit with any changes for missing parts, parts I'm missing, that is, I would be happy to go again. But we're moving on to John Blades. Orium Sanguinum. I really liked the name Poison Bloom and Fast Flyer. That sounded right up my alley. This looks interesting, though. What is on the... Is that the chainsaw? Buy missing parts. Load. Paint. Yes. Cancel. Discard. Perfection itself. Perfection itself. Seems like a chill build. That was a troll build. Don't have those guns? Oh, don't I? That was yours. I'll try to fix it. Thank you. I'm sorry I don't have the parts yet. You're also welcome to hold it until I have parts, but no guarantees I'm locking everything. And honestly, I would get parts in pretty quick, Samantha. I don't feel pressed to like rush it yet, but there's a small chance at some point I will just pick a light mech and rush through missions and either put on hold or finish up using viewer mechs. But tonight we're gonna do, I think, all viewer mechs. I'm just saying in general, don't wait if you're waiting. So we have the needle gun. Oh wait, that's the handheld needle gun. Needle gun developed by Alcano. Semi-auto weapon that fires special needle-shaped ammunition, provides a good balance of attack power and impact. I think I may have used this once. All right. Double Trouble Chainsaw. Originally a tool used by industrial demolition craft, now repurposed as a weapon, charged to deploy the blades, not destroy, which can be pushed into a target to rapidly accumulate damage. Compact 3-cell. Dual missile launcher, developed by Furlong, traps targets in pincer, limiting evasive options. Simple revision of an existing weapon for coaxial use, capable of multi-lock. So I think this fires 6 missiles in pairs, but I think it can only multi-lock 3 targets, not 6. I've used this once before, I forget the specifics, but I think I know roughly how this works. Diffuse laser cannon. In a large version of the standard laser shotgun, reimagined as back-mounted, charged to concentrate, producing an energy explosion. I probably want to use that mainly for charged shots. Milander. So medium weight, medium light-ish on the grand scale of things. Talbot. I'm familiar with the rest of this. All right, cool. Cool. It sort of looks like the mech that a fire department would use in the future. Something about this is a little reminiscent of a water hose. It obviously would need, like, you know, the hose actually hooked up to it. But it looks, with its massive opening, like it would be good for spraying a huge stream of water. This, it's sort of Jaws of life. You can take the side off a building to find people and rescue them. And then obviously the colors. This looks very like something a fire department might use in this world. The laser cannon is for when business is slow to start fires. I'm not trying to start any conspiracy theories, but we need an explanation for that gun. Cleared your emblems. I can reload AC data again in case that's what did it. Let's check. Enter photo mode. Free camera. I don't see any emblems. Am I just missing them? Maybe it did remove emblems. Sorry if it did. What's up, B-Man? Told you from the start, you're a firefighter of Rubicon. Well, let's take this thing out. Assembly missions, or sortie missions. Steal the survey data. I remember this one pretty well. Oh, good, you see them? Oh, I missed them. Well, the building certainly wouldn't be on fire anymore because it would no longer exist.
Attention, Gun 13 Raven. This job comes from our subsidiary, Dafeng. The operation will take place in the central ice fields, Yalmar Mine. We want you to stage an attack on the Arquebus survey camp located there. After digging in the ice field, Arquebus launched survey drones to gather data.
How long is the game? 1 sec.
Whatever they found, it's sure to contain clues as to the whereabouts of the coral convergence. Put simply, your job is to seize the data.
Come on, how long to beat?
We're counting on you, Gun 13.
Load. I was about to say, my impression is God of War Ragnarok is on the slightly shorter end of games I often play as sort of main games. But main plus extra, which is often what I hover around, says 40 hours. How long is Alan Wake 2? 18.5, 24.5 for main plus extra, 30 completionist. Ooh. Okay. I was about to say, I'm sort of leaning towards doing as one of my 2 games, since I'm usually playing 2 at a time. Ragnarok, but I have yet to decide on the other.
Tell me if it happens on
Maybe
the job.
Ragnarok was short enough. I could pair it with Red Dead Redemption 2, and essentially I'd play Ragnarok for a month, interspersed with starting Red Dead Redemption 2, which I would play for a year and a half. But it sounds like it's longer than I think, so maybe Alan Wake 2 better suits that idea, or maybe I need to think about it more. I'm so undecided.
Extract the data from the birth survey drones, then get out.
someone like right around here, isn't there? No? Okay. Alright. Yeah, okay, it can only fire in pairs. Because it listed each one of them for 1.
Solo AC. Must be an independent merc.
Taking Balem's money, no doubt. Intercept!
Let's try this thing.
621. Eliminate obstructions as you see fit.
Pretty fun.
Remember that the data is your priority.
Long charge up time, as you'd expect for a melee weapon. Fair enough. Feels pretty good so far.
621.
Pomegranates, will some of those be new? Should I reread those?
Put it in your mouth. Let all the fluff come out.
Something weird happened to my Mac as soon as I hit start. Caroline, thank you so much for gifting a sub. That's incredibly generous. I appreciate that immensely. Thank you, thank you, thank you for the support. Eric, enjoy your ad-free viewing, your back stream, etc. Thank you so much, Caroline.
Like the one we passed through.
Movement has much improved since last saw you battle, and I'm only half paying attention to the game. And no, there wasn't a point in the middle where my movement was good, but I was still giving the game my full attention. By the time I learn games, I'm only half focused on them. It's not a great system, but it's going better. On the whole, it's going better. Not right now while I talk, but let's give him the charge. I expected that to do a bit more, but it's still good. Same with that. Do you just have much better armor than I think you do? I'm misremembering how tough you are. Still works. Still works. How many slashes can I do? 2. 2 if I'm not charging it. Be savage. Nah, nothing new. Cool. Thank you.
Even the Rubiconians have forsaken this lifeless place. If the PCA has their eye on it, Coral must be involved.
Shit, you guys didn't die? Wasn't paying close enough attention.
AP at 50%.
Laser shotgun. You know, actually, it doesn't feel bad at all as a shotgun. Maybe I was wrong about, so we're always going to use that charged. Feels pretty good as a shotgun blast now and then. In fact, I meant to use it there, but I hit the wrong shoulder. Got him anyway.
That's 3.
Who knows what's out there on this vast
You get attacked here now, right?
You and the AC!
Yeah.
What are you doing here?
Looks like their MTs just got home. Shut them down.
1. Should have missed the other. Am I too late? Yeah, kind of. It's fine. Hello there. Hang on, I just gotta deal with your support. Yeah, last time I was here, I did the disco laser. I remember this. And I had to be told after losing this fight once to really spam, and then it was incredible. Ah, exactly the wrong time to dive in. You can still do 2 slashes if you charge? What a delight. What a delight. You can do 2 shots consecutively as well before it overheats with a laser shotgun. Nice. Everyone's dead here. Let me go get the last scan. Which, I think there's a bunch of choppers around, and then there's guys on the wall behind me. I have really fast access now, so maybe I can ignore some of them for speed's sake. Maybe. Let's try heading directly over to the thing while killing any choppers nearby as I go.
This should be the last one.
Accessing. And shotgunning.
Very interesting.
And moving.
I'll make a copy of this.
Attention, Gun 13 Raven! Looks like you ruffled some feathers. Taking their drones back to HQ.
We good?
I want you to find them and stop them.
Oh shit, I ran out of energy. Okay, we're good. Prevent delivery of data. Oh, yeah. I had forgotten there was another stage to this mission. One sec. 1 second. Hello. Oh, you're a winch. For a second, I thought you were somehow a unlock no one had realized I hadn't gotten and hadn't told me about. It looked like a chest for a second, but it was only glowing because I think someone shot it. Off to bed, almost 1 a.m. here, or 2 a.m. here. Fix the build, hope it works now and you can see it in the VOD. Mathir, thank you so much. I'm sorry it didn't work the first time. Sleep well, sweet dreams. Have a good one, friendo. Samantha, does anyone have a favorite book? I know it doesn't need to be your favorite in every mood, but still, something that you would call your favorite in a lot of instances. I have two I've often said in the past. I think my tastes are slowly changing, but they'd still probably be what I'd lean on. Though often you're asked in those sort of get-to-know-you or first-date situations, and neither of them's great for that. But they're sort of fine, are they? Okay, one is The Stranger by Albert Camus, which is not great in those situations. And it's probably not fine in those situations. Probably not a conversation you want to get into in a getting-to-know-you time. The other is One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, which is also weird and unsettling in places, but way more people are familiar with it and comfortable with it. Yeah, a better choice. Heart of Darkness. Yeah, that's another one. That must be fun to tell people, if it's sort of a getting to know you thing. The Last Unicorn is great. Magnus, Killers of the Flower Moon. I have Killers of the Flower Moon on my wish list because I was thinking of dedicating time to read it. I want to learn more about Native American history and so on. And I don't really know how to get started on it because, well, Americans don't learn a lot of it. So there aren't like common, oh, everyone should read this one sort of things. But that gets a lot of attention, of course. Immortality by Milan Kundera. I've not heard the title or the author. To Sleep in a Sea of Stars by Christopher Paolini. Now, I have heard that author, but not that title. Okay.
Shut it down before Balaam gets hold of our data.
I like this. This is more varied than what I hear a lot of times. There's nothing wrong with liking common favorites, Dune and stuff. They are deserving books, absolutely. It's always fun to hear new ones. That's cool.
Wait. What's that sound? Father!
That ship.
Okay.
It's identifying as PCA.
One of them's gonna drop down here, as I recall. I left one alive down there, which I shouldn't have, but here we are. Okay, I forgot about this part.
That's not subject guard. Did they send in an enforcement squad?
Forgot you would move right away if I was sitting there. What do you think I'm doing? Aren't you the little guy who was left over? Go to. Come on. I got bigger issues. Oh, you're the shielded one. I want to kill the non-shielded one first.
Be careful, Raven.
If I can fucking find him.
2 repair kits remaining.
Fine, I'll fight the shielded one, whatever.
AP at 50%.
Come on.
1 repair kit remaining.
Fuck you. I thought I'd caught him at a bad moment for a sec, but his dodges came back just in time.
AP at 50%.
There's another. Oh, hi, all you little guys. Miss? Was that on distance alone?
No repair kits remaining.
Probably was.
Warships making a second approach.
Killers of the Flower Moon is an amazing book. Good introduction to the time period. The movie was fine. Single book is so hard. It is. It is. If someone's answer is just no, I don't have a favorite, I understand that too. Come on. Fine. I wanted all of you gone before I went after this thing, but let's go after this thing.
Good call.
Nice getting stuck there. Beautiful getting stuck right there. I can't fucking move.
It's going to blow. Get clear, 621.
AP at AP.
I should have done a quick boost at the end there. I should have waited a second and tried to build just a little more energy, but oh my god, I couldn't fucking move for a while there.
Right shoulder ammunition.
With 86 health remaining, I believe. One shot it. This mech is tough to use, but the payoff for damage on the ACS overload is huge. Currently reading the Beginning After the End series, and you love it? Book 8 now? Fight kicked your ass the first time, had to switch weapons. This fight was a big sticking point for me. I forget if I had to switch, I think I did.
Special mission, maybe.
But yeah, first playthrough, this was fucking rough.
Wait.
Second, it was a breeze. This time around, I just used my weapons wrong, got stunned at a few bad times. All your favorite books are Warhammer books? Fair. Christopher Paolini also wrote The Inheritance Cycle, which is about dragon riders. Pretty fun, high fantasy vibes. Used to recommend The Name of the Wind, but I don't know if the author will finish the series. That always makes it tougher. How's the Armored Core? It's going okay. We've had a couple rough times tonight with me not knowing how to use mechs to their fullest. And apparently one being a troll mech. But we're making progress on New Game++. Hope you're doing well, Spiderweb. Good to see you.
Looks like we got a little too eager, 621. Us and the corporations.
Oh, this is a perfect one. Our next book is... Now, we'll wait until we get in there. Wait until we get back here because I may have a new message or something. That seems to be where a lot of the changes here in New Game++ are coming.
Hey, Raven. It's me, Rusty. Your old buddy from the Vespers.
Hey, Rusty.
Haven't talked since we climbed the wall.
Think I spelled all the author names correctly? I believe
I'd love to catch up, but I'll cut to the chase. The PCA has deployed its suppression fleet.
Oh, they always do.
And now it's laying down the law all over Rubicon.
Oh, they always do.
Several survey bases. And Balam's in a sorry
I'm trying to
state
throw
too.
them off the scent of my becoming just blasé about this. This is my third time around. How's the acting?
Front sees this as
I shouldn't have said they always do.
If you ask me, they're counting their eggs before they're hatched.
Damn cops. Exactly.
At this rate, the corpse,
honestly, the cliff detour helped, if anything.
Will go down together. I'm sending you a request from the Archibald's group. We could use the wall climbers' help.
Oh, I missed the one you said about the author's name. Old fave is The House of the Scorpion by Nancy Farmer. Newer faves are The Bear and the Nightingale by Catherine Arden, the whole series, and The Ghost Bride by Yangtze Chu. I think a friend of mine may have talked about House of the Scorpion once. I've never read any of them though. There's a lot of new titles too.
I see you got a call from V4. I've been contacted as well by the Balaam group. Seems both sides have been forced to halt the Coral survey.
Lord of the Rings trilogy. Listen to the audiobooks voiced by Phil Dragash 4 times. I only read those books for the first time last year. And I was surprised. I really did quite like them. They're dense in places. But yeah, I quite like them.
The Rubiconians do too. Following the PCA's attack, the Rubicon Liberation Front has established a division in the Central Ice Field. This job comes from their commander.
Is this another one of the choices? What are we up to now? It is, but we have other things to do first. So, perfect book to talk about on stream. This is called The Video Game Industry Should Not Exist by Brendan Keogh. This is a semi-scholarly thing, I think. It's done by the MIT Press. Not like a common, joyous, fun fiction book publisher. Yeah. I think this gets the idea across of their thesis, whether you agree or not. The video game industry, we're invariably told, is a multi-billion-dollar high-tech business conducted by large corporations in North America, Europe, and East Asia. But in reality, most video games today are made by small clusters of people working on shoestring budgets, relying on existing freely available software platforms and hoping, often in vain, to rise to stardom. In short, people working like artists. Aiming squarely at this disconnect between perception and reality, the video game industry does not exist, presents a more accurate and nuanced picture of how the vast majority of video game makers work. Good light, pleasant reading to go along with Techno-Feudalism by Yanis Varoufakis. I should take to reading 2 books at a time, because I know some people that do that, or even more. I've honestly never tried because it sounds crazy to me, but I bet if one of them was nonfiction and one was fiction, it would go better. Started watching the Fallout Amazon show, and with a little clunkiness, it's captured the Fallout vibe, and it's as gory as the games. I watched the first episode, and I would recommend it to people. I really enjoyed the first episode. It has the look and feel of specifically Fallout 4, almost perfect. I think only the ghouls sort of like final segment doesn't feel like it to me. It feels more sort of horror, you know? It's not truly horror. The show wasn't scary, but it was, the first episode was a little unsettling. And I've read I said this in Discord, it's true. Every site I read, I usually read like Eurogamer, Video Games Chronicle, Polygon, Aftermath, and sometimes I check others. I read Wired and The Verge, which also did some articles on Fallout. I think everyone that did a review of Fallout had a companion article about how violent the series is. And they were all quite positive. They were all like, it doesn't get in the way. It often serves the purpose of the show, but you should know. And the thing is, I hadn't thought about that before, but yeah, in Fallout, you see people lose limbs and heads and explosions and like melee attacks and stuff constantly in slow motion. But you know, it's a game, and we should not dismiss video game violence, certainly, but I do feel differently about it. I feel like it's comical most of the time in Fallout, or at least as a comical air. Similar to Doom doesn't bother me, because Doom is so ridiculously over the top and colorful as you're tearing demons apart with your hands. Fallout has some of that. The show has better resolution than any of the Fallout games, better detail, and actors giving it weight. You don't just watch someone fall apart in an explosion in vats, and then you're back in your character like, whoa, that was fucking wild. What's the loot around here? It's written and acted to give it weight in places, and in other places it's comedic. But for a lot of reasons, the gore surprised me. And the first episode did not contain any of the real peaks the articles warned me about, so something to know. But I really enjoyed the first episode. I love the woman playing Lucy. I don't think I've seen her in anything before. But it follows 3 people, and almost every shot, every scene, every character felt so Fallout to me. Yeah. Should not as in it was improbable, or as in an abomination? Should not. What was that about? What was that in reference to, Dante? I've forgotten what I said or someone else said. You thought it would be more gory, but first episode captures Fallout, music was perfect? Yes. You can read multiple so long as they're not the same category, but you can't really get into them if you're reading 2 romances or fantasy and so on. That makes some sense. I really want to try that. Meant to be lighthearted like Doom is. Not good enough ragdoll physics. Can be taken in different lights, yeah. People that may not play the games might not be able to discern between the 2 effects. Oh, asking about the game industry. The game industry should not exist. My bad. Improbable or as an abomination. Misrepresented, and I'm gonna make a guess. He heads towards an abomination in the way it's currently run. But I don't know that for sure. I wouldn't expect him to go full on and call it an abomination. I just think he believes how it's run, and therefore our ideas, expectations, and connection to it is based on some misrepresentation of how it's structured and who does the work. Okay, this thing's pretty fun. I may come back to it in a minute, but to make sure I get to everything, I'm gonna go to the last one currently in the list. Thank you so much for, oh, am I out of space? I'm gonna get rid of some of the older ones here then. Apologies. Actually, I can get rid of the one which I couldn't do, because I'm about to re-add that, right? Not send report. Sorry, I'm not reporting it. I'm not reporting anyone. Delete, there it is. We've reached the limits of data. Okay, rebuild from Maithnir's FT683 F3Q GB2F. I think I'll probably try and find time to watch more of the Fallout series, because I'm a little worried the violence will become too much for me. I'm a real softie in that area. But I really enjoyed the first episode, and like I said, I really like Lucy's actor. I really like the ghoul because Walton Goggins is pretty fucking great. And I'm not sold yet on, what's his name? Maximus or Magnus? I think it's Maximus. Maximus's story necessarily. Well, no, I'm not sold on, oh shit, I loaded it wrong again. Well, we can go to assembly and then reload again. I'm not as sold yet on Maximus as a character, but I really like the layout of his story, so I'm excited to see more. I've only seen one episode. Spare Borgletorp cannon, my baby deserves to live. We have a plasma rifle. Charge causes it to scatter, okay. Got those in both hands. We have 2 4-cell missile launchers, one on each shoulder, and then we have quite a light mech, and we are called the Flyer, right? So our booster is interestingly not especially attuned for upward thrust or anything, but it's fine, okay? We have a medium range FCS. I think that's a pretty strong generator in terminal armor. I gotta say, I appreciate how many people are putting terminal armor on their things. It helps me out. Let me load this thing up with all of its looks again. And I forgot to check the arena. We have new arena stuff. Classified subject 51101R. Steel Haze Ortus. Okano has stolen Arquebus technology and used it to develop a new model. The fact that this craft has entered the hands of the Rubicon Liberation Front is acceptable. However, the time is not yet right. We must wait for Arquebus to put the primary factor for the project in place. Okay, here's the thing. I'm just fighting a holodeck version of it. This has nothing to do with the one they actually stole. AC data added to the integration program, encrypted and accompanied by a note. Thanks, do enjoy the pee-poo and sleep well, peoples. Thanks for hanging out, B-Man. Sleep well, sweet dream, or have a good evening with whatever you're doing before you get some sleep. Talk to you soon, friendo.
Steel Haze Ortus. It clearly isn't a mass-produced AC. Why don't we see how it performs?
Okay, this might be some spoilers for Fallout 1, 2, 3, and 4, but only for a very limited part of the story. Let's go backwards. In Fallout 4, your character is special because right at the start they take your son. Like, you're the only person that could go through that adventure in that story, right? I think that's the only thing that makes you special, but that makes you special. Yes? Am I remembering that? Holy shit. Where'd you get the glaive from? Oh, did you just... Fuck you. I got terminal armor too, though. I've got terminal armor too, you bastard. Kinda, yeah. In Fallout 3, the only thing special about your protagonist...
It would take a special pilot to master it.
I love mobility. Give me that AC. In Fallout 3, the only thing special about your character is who your dad is, right? Sorry, I just whacked the microphone. Needle Missile Launcher Trueno? You're also untainted, so they leave you as a backup. Yes, yep. In Fallout 1 and 2, is your character... Hang on.
I'm concerned about what these notes mean. What is the primary factor?
You know, that X factor. Regardless of how they perform on the field, though you hope it's good, it usually is good. That's something that just... you can't stop watching. Right? They want to know if this pilot right here has the X factor, for instance. And doesn't he ever? Which is why he's here talking about books, not just focused on the game. He can just carry this without needing a crutch or anything. He's got that X factor. So this is Doom Guy, Life in First Person by John Romero. I'm looking forward to reading this. I read, I think it's called Doom Guys or The Doom Guys. It's actually being adapted for a series now, I heard. which is written by another person about the creators of Doom. And apart from it has one trans slur in it because of the era when it was written. I believe it has one. I really enjoyed that book. Just fair warning about that word. So I'm excited to read this. John Romero's memoir, essentially. Okay, Fallout 1 and 2 is just a yes or a no. Is your character in one or both games unique, the only person that could have that adventure, or just the one who did? Who's your daddy as a mnemonic for a game can be quite confusing. You're selected by your vault to get shit in one. Okay. So that sounds like you're not unique. Anyone might have been chosen. You know, there's nothing special about this. It's not like, oh, you carry the gene that will meet you. You're the one we should send out, right? But Fallout 2 there is? Okay. Because I don't know what it is in the series, but one line in the first episode makes it sound like one of the characters is unique in a way. And weirdly, that stuck out to me because I like looking for those things and thinking about what they might be, but also, I couldn't remember that ever being the case in Fallout. But it wasn't too? Gotcha. Fallout 3 kinda because of Dad? Yeah, but like, his child isn't like genetically different or knows something no one else does. His child is just going after him because that's their dad. And he's special, as I recall. You know, anyone could have been born to him. His child could be anyone. Kinda, it's hard to talk about easily. Did you get a rough idea? In New Vegas, you're just a dude in the wrong place at the wrong time. I forgot about New Vegas. Yeah, once again, you're not a unique character. You're not that you just got hired for that job. Being the chosen one is a Hollywood industry standard, and it's in tons of video games. But my mind doesn't go that way when I'm thinking about Fallout. Let's do another arena. I don't have another arena. Okay. Let's take this thing out into a mission. It felt pretty good in there. Missions. Attack the refueling base. Let's go.
Hey, buddy. This job comes from Schneider of the Arquebus Group. Here's the rundown. They want you to attack the Jorgen refueling base, a PCA foothold on Rubicon.
In Fallout 1, there is technically a canon character, and the Overseer picks them to leave because they're vocal against the Vault and very charismatic. Albert is his name, I think. What makes that canon?
Well,
is it like referenced in Fallout 2 or something?
Until recently, Jorgen was one of Balam's coral survey
Fallout 3, there is a
bases.
situation where you can do something because of your dad's genetics. Okay, but if it's just going to be like, he keyed a door to only be opened by people from his family. Any character you make will be from his family. They don't need to have... That's... I know what you mean. That's literally... Only your character has the unique factor to open it, but that doesn't say anything about them other than who their father was. Vegas is unique because of Lonesome Road IMO. Oh, I don't remember what that is. But okay, interesting. Okay, maybe it sounds like it's less unique for the Fallout world than I thought.
You're not their mascot, 621. Just focus on getting the job done.
I have no idea how I pushed through and got myself to watch the first episode. They're long. It was like an hour. And later episodes are over an hour, and if you wonder. But I guess, I don't know, I was just really interested after seeing what the show looks like. There's tons, I don't know how I got myself to watch it. I've got a long list of TV and movies I keep meaning to watch. I want to watch the MonsterVerse movies. I want to watch the German sci-fi show Dark. I don't know. I've been wanting to watch them for years. But it gets to skip the line. Anyway, I'm glad I watched it. An hour, and yet you read? I read back and forth on the train usually. Though, last night, my sleep schedule was weird. I like napped all afternoon, and so I was up late. But I didn't feel like doing some of the stuff I usually... I gave in and decided, fuck it, I will relax rather than try and get work done late at night. And I lay down and read for like 2 hours. But that's pretty rare. Usually my reading gets done because I read for 15 minutes in the morning and the evening on the train.
Let's earn some extra credits while we can.
Sad Bethesda spearheaded it, but it is what it is. Fallout universe here. Oh, you're sad Bethesda has the Fallout universe now?
Moving to terminate.
I think they've done an okay job. I sort of miss the old style of games, but the new style of games is more popular for a reason. And I think Bethesda, I really like Fallout 3 and 4 and New Vegas, which is obviously not Bethesda's doing largely.
AP at 50%.
I'm sort of fine with it. Not sure they're the absolute best, but it doesn't bother me. Besides, other people can make, you know, their semi-comedic post-apocalyptic games if they want. They just can't use Pip-Boy, that's all. It'll be alright. Yay, Bunny Mac! Your memories of reading 3 to 4 books, 3/4 of a book during a power outage. You think in Fallout 2 you are Fallout First Descendant if you're remembering correctly? Okay.
Code 5, unknown AC.
I've used a lot of resources.
Must be after the plant.
I need to use more of my shoulder missiles and just cool it a little bit.
Looks
Stuff.
like an
Just a lot
independent
of
mercenaries
resources.
assembly.
Leave the analysis. Intercept.
Can't hit me if I'm behind you. Easy game. Easy fucking game. Fallout 2, you're the great-grandchild, the main character from Fallout 1. Is that important? Like, do you have to be, or is that just something they put in for flavor?
Wait, code 1-5.
It's that AC. Terminate it.
Went on a New Vegas vacation once in the before time. It was awesome. A lot of those places exist. You ate in the saloon at Good Springs even. Oh, that's cool. I had no idea. I've never been to Vegas. I don't know much about Vegas. That's awesome. What's up, Poop Starbuck? Love the title on today's stream. Thank you. I was very pleased with it considering I had nothing specific to today's stream to use. I mean, hell, the last stream was named after a fucking Price is Right game that broke my mind. We're reaching. So for those conditions, I was pretty happy. Glad you like it. Story revolves around the vault from the first, so it's pretty important. I guess you do need to be a unique character then. So that's all right. 2 and New Vegas. Your character is a unique, perhaps fated individual.
Code 5, target confirmed.
They're locked on.
And I just forgotten or never knew.
All fuel storage tanks destroyed. This should be a nice catch, Raven.
Is that too low?
No.
Nope. Enough of them got across the lip and hit. Enough of them. Phrase heckin is one of your favorite recent vocabulary inventions. New Vegas you disagree with? Honest Hearts makes very little sense to you? New Vegas you're not unique, maybe in one of the DLC? Well, that's what I'm saying. Let's go ahead and accept the DLC as canon. Sure. You've given up on Bethesda after Starfield and Fallout 76? Now, Starfield, I still, someday, maybe we should play that next, Samantha. No, that needs more time, because I want to give them time to, I don't know, put out a redeeming DLC or for enough mods to be made to make it fun, because I still very much want to play it, but I've seen the reviews. I know no one's playing it anymore, I know. 76, though. 76 is having a resurgence right now. It's a sort of small one, it seems. But I don't know why. I guess they've had enough time to add a lot of content, but I have no specific idea if there's an event they're running or just... Fallout 76 has been getting on big streams and having a bump in players recently, I think. Time to pull a No Man's Sky? Hey, listen. If games can't be made in the amount of time they're scheduled for, they've all got to No Man's Sky themselves and turn it around later, huh? I'm not saying it's the way things should go, but it seems to be the way things are going, so let's go ahead and give them a chance to No Man's Sky Starfield. See if they can do it.
Code 7-8.
Okay, we good here? We got those 2 to fight after, which will be fun. First time playing 76, you killed a dog and it stretched the size of a mountain. Well, that's karmic punishment for being evil. I think your game should have crashed your whole computer for killing a dog. They added more content, it's better, but I'm still as mad about the broken release. Fallout 76 is a crazy story on why it fucked up. There's a YouTube guy did a documentary called What Happened that's very interesting.
Target destroyed.
Modders have given up, haven't they? Oh, I expect there probably aren't nearly as many modders working at it as have worked on Starfield. Or sorry, I've worked on Skyrim because that was popular. Maybe there's fewer working on it than are working on Skyrim now. But I'd be shocked if no one was working on it. So give it some time. Mods may come out slowly, but mods will come out. We'll see.
Call sign Raven.
Oh, more recommendations.
Priority subject for termination.
Jason
High
Schreier, one of the best known, most well-connected games journalists there is, currently writing for Bloomberg, and I wish he wrote for some place that didn't cost so much, because I believe in paying for journalism. I think it's just sort of necessary to get good journalism. But holy shit, Bloomberg is one of the most expensive ones, for fuck's sake. Anyway, Jason Schreier is an incredible games journalist and has written 2 books. One of them is called Press Reset, and one is called Blood, Sweat, and Pixels. I've read both of them. I really enjoyed both of them. But Blood, Sweat, and Pixels is a tough read in places. Blood, Sweat, and Pixels is about what the game industry does to individuals as a career. But Press Reset is about just the effort it takes to make a game. And he has incredible access and interviews and so on, where he gets you tons of data on the progress on making Diablo 3 and its launch fucking sucking, on Stardew Valley and the incredible success it's experienced, but also the 5 years of work. I think more than 5 years. It's an incredible read. As I'm sure you know, video games are a wild, weird thing to make. One of the sayings is it's like building the camera while filming the movie. And the stories he tells are just so well told and so interesting. Highly recommend that if you're interested in how games are made. You want the Tommy gun that mech uses? Why can't we get that? Can we not? Are there things in this game you can't get?
New message.
Archivist Group Mercenary Liaison, V8 Pater here. Impressive work on the refueling base assault. V4 has left me a message addressed to you, if I may. I knew you could do it, buddy. I've got my
I always
eye
forget
on you.
he's gonna do an impression.
That
It
is
always
all.
makes me happy.
We at the Archivist Group expect much from you.
Evil dog, my bad. A rabid hound, one might say. Alright, you're forgiven. It's Fallout 76's fault it glitched then. Do they have a YouTube? Jason Schreier? No, I don't believe Jason Schreier has a YouTube. He posts on Twitter and he writes articles and books. New book coming out on the rise and fall of Blizzard. Concerned Ape is a goated developer that deserve everything good that happens in their life. Yes, Concerned Ape is a fantastic developer. Stardew Valley is an incredible achievement that I think will withstand the test of time. I think people will still be recommending it to each other and playing it, enjoying it, and modding it in 20 years. I'm bad at predicting, but I think that. If you read about what it fucking took to make, and his is one of the better stories, okay? But when I say better stories, I just mean he has the most understanding partner who just fully supported him, or largely supported him, for years, with trust and love, while he wasn't able to contribute monetarily, which a capitalist society demands everybody does, because he was so focused, or entirely focused on this project. Like, you can't ask people to do that. I'm so happy that he had a partner that would do that, and it seems to have worked. No resentment from either of them about how they feel things went before or after comes across. That's incredible. You can't go out and find that. That's insane. So, you know, more often, well, here's another one. The movie Indie Game is really good, but if you watch the movie Indie Game, you may come away thinking humans just shouldn't make video games. Phil Fish. Holy shit. There's a scene sitting in a hotel room waiting for him to, like, for this convention he's at, and he wants to show Fez, but his partner has split with him, and they're not talking, their lawyers are talking, and he doesn't know if he can show Fez, and it's upsetting. It's legitimately an upsetting scene, because, trigger warning, I'm going to talk very briefly and obliquely about suicidal ideation. He does not profess any suicidal thoughts, but the way he talks about his feelings sounds like almost every warning sign I, admittedly a layman who doesn't know much about it, have heard you should look out for. It's wild. He's just sitting there on this hotel bed and he's like wide-eyed and energetic. He's not upset outwardly or, you know, crying or broken up. He doesn't seem angry. He seems just a little tense. And they're like, so can you show the game? And he goes, I don't know, but I'm going to go down there and show it. And they're like, what if you get sued? And he goes, I have to show it. I don't know what else to do. And they're like, what if you can't release the game? And he goes, if I can't go forward with this game, I don't know what happens. I don't know anymore. Like, he can't envision that future. It's so affecting. It's a very good movie. Not everyone is as affected, but you watch that, and most the people they follow, you're like, I don't think humans should do this, at least not in small teams. Holy shit. It's a very well done documentary. I'm enjoying this mech. Let's take it out again. I'm out of books. I can show you my Kindle, like I said. I'm reading The Obelisk Gate. This is a very cool cover that you can barely see. Yeah, all three of them have cool covers. It's really enjoyable. Highly recommend. Some very dark scenes, but high fantasy, excellent high fantasy. The first book is called The Fifth Season. It's a trilogy. I didn't mean to hit that button, I meant to hit this one. Good shit. Eliminate V7. Is Pater, is it? I forget.
We've received a job from the Rubicon.
If you or a loved one needs support in the USA or Canada, you can call 988 anytime. Is that the support, like, hotline?
Raven,
that's fantastic information. Thank you. What was the name of the doc again? Indie Game. It follows Phil Fish working on Fez. It follows Edmund McMillan? I forget. McMillan? Forgive me if I get the name wrong. And I forget his partner's name, making Super Meat Boy. It follows, is his name Steve Blow, who made Braid while he's making Braid? McMillan, thank you. Father. Yeah, a Pater, right? Or is there a father and a Pater? Thank you, Jerd. You have an art book about Metal Slug that goes in depth about the production of the franchise and how they managed to make the best looking pixel art game. It's fascinating. Their pixel art blew me away the first time I saw it. Is it just like the Metal Slug art book or something? What's the title of it? That would be cool to read. Your favorite types of games are indie gems taped together with scraps made by depressed Finnish men, or over-the-top intense AAAs made by eccentric Japanese men. Those are specific tastes, and I'm glad you know them. You've been pretty well served for a handful of recent years, too. Those are good tastes to have. You're eating well. Remember that movie? It was phenomenal. It's so well done. I want to warn people that it feels dark at times, though the people they follow generally have good outcomes. I mean, you heard me list the games. You've probably heard of all those games. They've done all right. But holy shit, dude. Ed McMillan comes out best, or comes off best, in that, oh, is this the stealth one? Shit. Because he seems to be the one most aware of the toll it's taking on him.
Watch out for the surveillance MTs. If they get a read on you, this operation is over.
I'll hit it someday.
Camera tracking you. Take cover or quickly destroy it.
Quickly destroy them, quickly destroy them. There was a sequel to that movie? Is there really? Oh, you're like a full-on fucking AC, aren't you? Will you hear your friend get blown the fuck up? You will. Do you have a camera on you, or am I safe fighting you with taking a little more time to... Do you know where I am? Well, that's a no, but it doesn't stop you from firing. That's interesting. Can I get up and around your awareness, please? Hello? Oh, hello. You can fuck off. I don't need to deal with you.
Camera looking this way.
Where? What are you talking about?
The camera's tracking me.
We good? Yep, it follows them a few years after the first. Ooh. I should look that up. Metal Slug, The Ultimate History by Bitmap Books. Oh, I love Bitmap Books. All right, cool. Thank you. Am I still being scanned? Is there someone below me? Are these enemies all new? I don't remember there being anyone on this wall. Is this extra challenge for little old me in New Game +2? I wish it was New Game +3 so I could say little old me in New Game +3, but I haven't earned that yet. I haven't earned that. We stick to rhymes like Heckin, mechs, and wreckin tech. That's all we have right now. Okay, made it.
No sign of the target, it seems. Perhaps he's out on night watch.
Pomegranates, which ending should I go with here? Does it matter?
Raven, look over there.
Does it matter at all? Mostly pixel art and unpublished sketches and concept art with some interviews of the original devs. Cool.
That must be Swinburne.
Feasting right now.
All these lawless
Bears, do you remember just started working Canada like 6 months ago?
Do they? Huh. This isn't how the Liberation Front builds their ACs.
Target confirmed.
Doesn't matter.
Swinburne.
I think it's gonna be faster to wreck him. Though honestly,
This is our opportunity for an ambush.
oh, let's try and fight the other one for fun.
I see.
We can always go back if it's giving me a huge amount of difficulty.
What the? Stop that! Dare you attack me with my back
But
turned?
time to let go of my charges. I was too late on that dodge, clearly, but wow, I shocked myself.
To this. But clearly you need to be disciplined.
Oh, those weren't even locked on yet. Got very impatient with my missiles.
Let's not do anything hasty. You realize I lead the Vesper 7th Squad, which means I hold the purse strings. Every single transaction goes through me.
You're saying blast Swinburne? We have a vote for blast Swinburne. We blast him.
I asked you a question. Don't you have any manners? You need discipline.
Left shoulder ammunition at 50%.
Merely. Just need a handful more hits. Merely.
Wait,
And
no,
okay.
please.
What's up, Kila? Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Still possible to give you give me your AC code? That it is. You can do it in Discord. There is a thread linked to the general channel. So if you go into Discord to the general chat channel, you can check either the threads attached there or just the pinned messages and find the thread to submit your build. If you're on PC, I can use the share ID. If you're on console, unfortunately, I need the list. You can still put in a share ID if you'd like other people on console to have an easy time, but
New message.
yeah, I need pictures or a written out list of the parts because they don't cross-platform.
Raven, you have our gratitude for eliminating Swinburne. Some of us were worried that the
Bunny
enemy
better
might
than
have won
pig.
you over. But it seems we can trust you after all. Glad to be on the same side.
Okay, while he's talking, what are the strangest books I can find? I got 4 more to keep this going. I got 4 more. To start with the first one I thought of when you're talking about the Metal Slug book. This is an entire book about arcade game typography. It's called Arcade Game Typography. And it's literally, it's just analysis and reproductions of, sorry, those are green colors, obviously getting taken away, of arcade game fonts. There's less green on these pages. It's really delightful in a weird way. Kind of a coffee table book, but I have sat and spent some extended periods flipping through it at times. Good stuff. Thank God you owned more books, Hydro. Thank God. Wow. The whole universe in those pages. You're on PC? Easy then. Easy. Has some niche interests, huh? Yeah. I think when I got back into reading, I was like, just fucking buy anything. Buy anything. Just start collecting some books and hopefully you'll start reading after. Because I wanted to read more than I was actually driven to read. And that manifested as buying just random shit. And honestly, it's worked out pretty well. I've read most of the books, enjoyed most of the books. I've left off very few in the middle. Pomegranates, does it matter for getting this final ending which of these we do? I also never used to read nonfiction. I only started with nonfiction around that same time because I thought it would be good for comedy. In comedy, the more you know, the easier it is to make jokes. You don't need to know a lot of trivia or anything like that, but especially in improv, if you have an expertise, if you know everything there is to know about Napoleon, any fucking time you find a place you can fit that in, do it. Do it. It doesn't matter if you're a mechanic, your game is now you're the mechanic that knows everything about Emperor Napoleon. There's so much value in just having those references to make, even if you don't see how you're going to make jokes with them to begin with. So, I bought Poetry of Robert Frost, and I started reading nonfiction and stuff like that, yeah. Stream's not up, it's just your face. Well, yeah, I was showing you the book cover. Oh, right, because I asked you about the missions. I was aware what scene I was on, but I didn't even think about that when I asked the question. Sorry, I misunderstood you just then. You're absolutely right. Tunnel sabotage or prevent corporate salvage of new tech. For getting another new ending or seeing more stuff, does it matter which of these I do? Depends on if we can see it. Can't see the mission. Sorry, everyone. I did hear about that book, ZZZ, yeah. College kind of broke your mind and almost never read fiction, even after graduating. It's mostly academic, philosophical, or textbooks. Really? I thought you were going to say it kind of ruined reading for you, because I've had friends that happened to. Because their program was just like, no, we force you to read more than you ever possibly could, because you need to learn how to extract information faster out of these sources. And I was like, I kind of get that, but Jesus, they all left scarred individuals. I'm so glad to hear you came out better than that. But that is weird, yeah. You did corporate salvage, but I don't know if you need to. It's more fun mission IMO. Okay, no one's saying that it matters. Either. All right, let's do prevent corporate salvage of new tech. Fuck it. You do need to hit it here. Well, thank God.
This job came to us from the de facto leader of the Rubicon Liberation Front. Let's see what it says, Raven.
Speaking of nonfiction, here's a history of measuring things.
This is Middle Flatwell. Liberation Front Central.
It's not as dry as that sounds, but it's a little dry.
Are ramping up against the
I quite enjoyed it.
corporations
Anyway,
on two
Beyond
fronts.
Measure, The Hidden History of Measurement by James Vincent.
At present, our primary concern is the seizure of PCA hardware by the corporations. The outsiders have the expertise and the resources.
Hey Hydro,
to
feeling so much
reverse
better. Glad to
engineer
hear it. How was the
PCA
Dredge stream?
technology.
Fantastic. I loved
They're
Dredge.
hungry too.
I very much want to play the
Hungry
DLC at
enough
some
to
point.
consume the PCA
Yeah, Dredge was a good time.
This leads me to my request.
Messed you up in a different way. You get the feeling you're not being productive if you're not reading things related to your research or work. Oh, I'm not. I've had the littlest feeling of that now and then in my life. I have a vague idea what you mean.
For corporate gains.
That's rough.
Raven,
3,000 pages of measurements. Yeah, it's just a bunch of measurements, you know. Mouse, 1 inch long, 2.5 including tail. It's just a bunch of measurements. Whale, heart the size of a VW Beetle, 7 feet across. Just a bunch of measurements. To me, that's quite ironic, considering the old metric versus imperial thing, and it does touch upon that. You know, the metric system failed in some ways, okay? We don't do metric time, and people did try it, so... Sortie. We got 2 new builds! Alright, I will go to those after this mission.
Request from Liberation Front leadership. Perhaps the situation has changed their attitudes too.
Bullshit, it would be in meters and centimeters. It covers both. Never heard of metric time? In metric time, there are 100 minutes in an hour.
Main system activating.
Who cares about metric and imperial? Just invent a third one and have a big 3-way battle.
Commence mission. Destroy the Planetary Closure Administration LCs and the new HC.
I'm grateful for your assistance, Raven. The targets are stationed in 2 camps. Attack one, and the other will move to reinforce. I'll leave the question of where to strike first in your capable hands.
Two PCA LCs.
100 hours in a day? I actually don't remember how far they took it. I can't remember if it was 100 hours in a day, 100 minutes in an hour. It might have been. I really don't recall now.
Not a red gun or
I read that book a while ago. I actually want to reread it because that is very good for reference, but it's a little bit dry. I was hoping for a bit more out of it, but I enjoyed, and at some point I do need to reread it because, oh, the data, oh, the history. Maybe I'll wait until you can buy yourself a very simple, you know, straightforward, dependable, reliable AI summary tool and just ask AI to give me a summary of it. I can check in between real readings. AI is a huge fucking pit of dangers right now, but I do think things like that may someday be useful in that way.
It's the HC.
Hoping it is. It's the HC? Well, let me kill this LC first.
Situation.
Alright, cool. I'm ready for you. Okay, I forget how to dodge that. And I'm lightweight, so I need to figure it out pretty quick. Because I can't afford to take a lot of hits.
Impressive. Better than the other ACs.
Keep the pressure up, Raven.
Shit. Come on. Oh, and he's stunned right while I don't have any attacks either.
System verdict. Continue. Gladly. I'll teach you to defy the law, interloper.
Hey, if I stay on the ground, my jump becomes a perfect dodge to that slash. Oh, never mind, he's dead. He's dead. Let's get to our next book. He's dead.
Oh, the HC. Cutting edge.
Easy game.
All targets destroyed.
To be honest, I don't have a notion that one's better than the other. It's just tradition and laziness combined. I sort of feel that way. I mean, I think metric is better for a lot of, like, distance and volume measurements. Which is the majority of the use, of course. So I think they do have an argument to be made. But, you know, I feel like it's hard to argue in favor of Imperial because one of the things you hear most regularly is that it divides better into, like 12 divides into common fractions way easier than 10 does. And you hear that and you're like, well, who gives a shit? I can just say 7.5. I don't need to have, you know, like, like 10 or 9 waiting for me, and it's fine. But it really is. It's hard to communicate if you didn't grow up with it. It's really... Maybe I'd feel the same. Actually, maybe I feel different if I grew up with metric, but it feels really good to have common fractions split up. So I do feel like both have their arguments, but metric's probably a little stronger. Times below a second are all metric. Metric is better for the vast majority of things. Heat and water freezes at 100, it boils.
How's it going, Walter?
Okay.
Hard to say.
I mean, at a given atmospheric pressure.
621's still performing well, but I doubt the voices have gone away. At any rate, whatever the voices are doesn't seem to be doing any harm.
For now.
I was asking about you, Walter. But whatever. Bigger things. The coral.
I mean, it only varies by
You
like a
better find
degree,
it.
doesn't it? Or is it a
Turns
couple
out,
degrees? I forget.
Our friend's
Up
fears
on
were
like,
warranted.
you know, up in Colorado
Don't
and
spend
stuff.
too long dealing with the
I don't
PCA,
recall.
Walter.
It's not huge.
Clock's ticking.
Minus 40 is the same in F and C, colder than a witch's tit. Time's so hard to uproot though because it's used everywhere and it means hundreds of years of clocks and
No
watches
new
and whole government
messages.
systems would break, but a new measuring system probably wouldn't.
Raven, I've been thinking about what Middle Flatwell said. To fly beyond Rubicon's scorched skies and chase the freedom we never knew. The others are so used to fighting and shouting slogans that they've given up thinking. But Flatwell, he's exploring the potential for something new.
So despite the fact that a lot of what I just showed you are books I bought just yesterday, the next thing I'm going to read I've had lying around for a while, it's Troy by Stephen Fry, a retelling of the myth of the Trojan War. I've read the other two in his Mythos series, which are called Mythos and Heroes, and quite enjoyed them. Because let me tell you, there's some shitty people in Greek myth. They do some awful things. They don't always ask for consent. Zeus fucking sucks, all right? And so, you know, it's myth. I'm a little used to that, and it's, you know, there, but it does help to have Stephen Fry's friendly voice making little jokes about what assholes they are sometimes. So I'm looking forward to reading Troy. One of the examples you use is units of area. Ask someone what an acre is. The definition is so silly. Well, what's the definition of an acre? Is that the one where... No, I think I'm thinking of the wrong thing. I forget the definition of an acre, but this is a point he brings up in the book, is land was really contentious for a long time because when they were trying to bring in things like meters and kilometers, you tell that to a farmer and they're like, that doesn't mean anything. You divvied up the diameter of the Earth or an arc from the equator to the north. I don't give a shit. This is how much land I can do X with. I don't think it was an acre though. I forget the name of it. Oh, you know what? It definitely was an acre. I'm thinking of a story about a different unit because the unit, the other unit was the amount of land that can support like 10 steer. Meaning that the actual physical size would change depending on where you were. Better land that grew food more efficiently, that unit was smaller. And it was bigger in hard scrabble full of rocks where it was hard to grow enough food to support those steer. But it was a much more useful unit for people. I forget the acre thing though. An acre is 66 by 660 feet or 1 chain by 1 furlong. Oh, I remember chain, yeah. I think there was a reason for that, but it doesn't really make much sense in modern day. Yeah, I'm not going to defend an acre or anything because I don't really remember why a chain or a furlong exists or an acre was what it was, but a lot of the units metric replace are still used in some places or it was hard to replace because they were better for other reasons. Might have been hectare, might have been, I don't recall. Fuck it, let's measure in leagues going forward, make everyone annoyed. All right, I got new AC designs to load up. AC data, downloaded. Let's just start going from the top. I got to make 2 spaces. There we go. From Legit Smart, we have GT9X JDMY 8PW0. And by the way, thank you so much for Poison Bloom. This was very fun to play with. Flying through the air was great. We have Gen Test, AC name Loader 4. Those appear to be, oh, it's a Zimmerman and a laser? Or is that a linear? That looks like Songbirds and the 3-cell dual launch that I was just using recently. Let's try it. Remove edit lock, discard edits, assembly. Laser rifle, most commonly used laser weapons, flagship product, charge to amplify. Okay, straight up laser rifle, the Zimmerman, dual missile launcher with 3 paired cells, and the songbirds. And then the rest of this looks very light. Shade Eye for Metza, Noctrier, Noctrier. Alula, wait, let me take a look at these. Alula, so I've got good quick boost. Medium range, not close. Terminal armor, cool. I think I might like this one. Let's go. Survey the uninhabited floating city. Sure. Sick fucking fashion. Great page up on that one.
From a friend.
Hell no. We getting nautical in this bitch? We measure in knots now. Isn't a hectare a metric acre? I'm really not sure. This is why I want to reread it. I forgot all but sort of the gist of some of the cool stories in it.
Xylem, a city floating on the ocean, built by the Rubicon Research Institute.
There are some stories of like ancient, unique structures for measurement. For instance, a massive city well. And they measured how a season was going based on how full or empty the well was. It didn't have like a particular name or anything. I mean, the well might have had a name. Seasons where it was too low or too high might have had specific names. But they didn't have like units they named. They just, that was their unique measuring device. I loved those stories best. But the thing throughout, I was full of interesting stories. Pretty well told.
So that we can resume the survey. Right now, the corporations are preoccupied with the PCA.
This is the kind of build you almost dread to see more than missile spam build in PvP. Sortie, away we go. I'm following the beacons on this mission.
The ACM fog is going to interfere with comm until it's disabled. Follow the beacons left with the survey drone.
Well, Samantha, we have another stream this week. It'll be Sunday, 6 p.m. The next week, I think I'll be on for the usual streams, which means like Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, 6 p.m. We're gonna have more AC6, I'm sure. I don't think I'm beating the game tonight, though we have a little while left to go. Don't worry, I'm not about to end or anything. I don't think I'm beating the game tonight, but Sunday or sometime next week, we've gotta start a new game or games. And I still need to figure out what those are. Right now, I'm leaning in my head towards Alan Wake 2 and Red Dead 2. Not sure though. What have a clinking laser rifle.
They must have stood watch even after they were abandoned by their masters.
Which is good for these. Is there another one around? We good? I think we're good. Do I need to scan you? Why are you still marked? I don't think I need to scan you. Ghost of Tsushima popped into your mind? When does that come out on PC? It's not very long, right? Maybe Ghost of Tsushima would be fun. Oh, and I do think that this month, on the 23rd, so 12 days from now, roughly 2 weeks from today, is that gonna be a Tuesday? Yeah. We may take a 1 or 2 day break, because I think I probably am interested in trying Tales of Kenzura Zao when it comes out. That's the Metroidvania, made by, oh god, he was a voice actor. What was he a voice actor of? He got into the games industry by being a voice actor, I believe, and made some connections and pitched some ideas and ended up starting his own studio. And it's a game he made heavily influenced by his family's culture in memory of his father, and it looks like a pretty stylish Metroidvania. I kind of want to try that.
I can't find any data on this.
What?
I'm sorry.
Was this that flying plane enemy? I remember you. Yeah. Love to see you play Alan Wake 2, like a month. I will definitely play Alan Wake 2 at some point. I'm just deciding what games are up next. And Alan Wake 2, I think, is leading my ideas right now in my head.
Second fog control device located.
I got more of you. I got you. Ah, figured it wouldn't work, but it's fun to take a try. Gotta land those on something in this mission at some point. Maybe once the fog is gone and my targeting becomes better. There's my next one. But I start getting long-range shots now, right? Yep. I remember this part somewhat. You stop hiding into there. Stand still.
AP at 50%.
Sounds like there's something beside me. There was something lower down. And I didn't get it in one. There we are. Alright, where's your friend? I'm getting seasick looking around like this.
2 repair kits
Where's your pal?
remaining.
There he is. None of these are landing. I'm doing awfully. Oh, there we go. Do these arms not have great, like, lock on? I forget what the stat's called, but your arms affect how quickly you align your guns to your aim. Or am I just misremembering how much the fog fucks with you? Am I just playing terribly? Don't mind what you play, just have a hard time finding new games. So maybe if I find a new game from you, I'm always happy to play some new games. Try and make it a mixture of things people are hoping and expecting, and then surprises, new things, or that some people haven't heard of.
Wait, hostile readings.
The best gun stat arms. Oh, really? So this is my problem. Saw him dodge. Saw him dodge. Managed to land them once. Twice. Come on, you're not dead. Stop untargeting.
Now we know what happened to the drone. Fortunately, the data
Great tracking, but not the best recoil.
Where the last ECM device is. I've set a marker for it. Let's check it out.
Okay, do I have to do the defense as well? There's a couple times you have to defend this building. Is this one of them?
It's been a long time since we've been on a mission together without Walter.
Not sure about defending with this mech, though I can get around from front to front pretty quick.
Take your time, Raven. Raven, that's the last of the control devices.
I think the only thing you'd say against me picking Alan Wake 2 is that you haven't played it yourself. The amount of times you replayed Control makes you think that would not be an issue. Keep trying to get into Witcher 3, but just can't. Same with Horizon and Fallout. I think it's just open worlds at this point. I couldn't get into Witcher 3, but my issue was very specific and I know what it was, and most people are not going to have it. So that's a little surprising. I'm sorry. But that's totally valid, too.
Registration number RB23. Call sign, Raven. Apologies for the intrusion.
Oh, this is the boss, not the defense.
You've been followed. Contact is imminent.
Hostile AC.
Forged in ash, we stand as one.
Pomegranates, is there usually an AC here? I thought we just fought the big guy. Is this normal?
Raven, augmented human C4621. Please destroy the hostile AC.
I think I just fired all of my missiles into the bridge. No, this is new? Cool. It's gonna be a while before we can talk about books again!
Here's the data on that AC. Arena Rank A, identified as Ostrink, piloted by leader of the Rubicon Liberation Front, Father Thomjo Meyer.
Yeah, we're on the same radio frequency for some reason. I'd already gotten all that. Thanks, Air.
Right shoulder ammunition at 30%.
Shit. You got dodged back just as I got my songbirds back. He hasn't even read to repair yet, has he? I'm not sure I've dealt that much damage, really.
Mind-altering effects, not unlike the contact we share.
I got one of those in.
Right shoulder ammunition at 10%.
I know it. Don't you think I know it? I actually didn't know that. Thanks for the update.
Left shoulder ammunition at 50%.
I'm firing those missiles too close, consistently too close. I shouldn't be this close. I just feel like I should be because of the Zimmerman.
Abide with Rubicon. Coral, endure within us all.
Okay, Dolmayan, I'm trying to figure out a mech and talk about books. Calm down.
AP at 50%.
You got a favorite book, Dolmayan? Ooh, I'm out of shoulder ammo. Out of missiles. That's gonna slow this down a lot.
Tragedy awaits beyond the thresholds.
Left shoulder ammunition at 30%. AP at 30%.
Yeah, I know. His isn't dropping as fast. Now that I don't have missiles. Now that I don't have missiles, please. Did you get him seeing he sees Space Ghost too? I heard Air talking about maybe he's got something like our contact. Damn it. Trying to catch him off guard, well, when he's attacking. To just reliably land some songbirds on him, but it seems like a bad idea.
It's better this way.
Let's try again. With full ammo.
Understand, Syria.
And a good book. So this is Guerrillas, Rise of the Ogre. It's the fictitious history of the members of Guerrillas. Very enjoyable, excellent artwork. Restart from checkpoint, please. So is New Game plus a no-hit run? Yes. Yes. I will not get hit at all in New Game plus. I'm gonna do it the easiest way by not playing New Game plus, but I will not get hit. Sounds like a good book. It's pretty great.
RB23. Call sign Raven. Apologies for the intrusion. You have been followed. Contact is imminent.
It's a little out of date now. More of the story has happened, but still.
AC.
Forged in ash, we stand as one. This place will be your grave. Menace to Rubicon.
Call sign Raven. Augmented human C4621. Please destroy the hostile AC.
Direct request from all the way through the support system? Raven, here's the data on that AC. Arena rank A, identified as Austrian.
Yeah, I'm arena rank fucking like Gamma or something though. So tell me it's arena rank, I'm better.
AP at 50%.
Don't tell me my AP, I'm better. I will heal though.
Just as I once did.
Wait, once did? But you're Rubiconian. And dosers hear voices? So you call yourself a mind-altering effect? Maybe I've been burying my nose in books too long. Maybe stories are better found in games. Stories about psychedelic space oil ghosts. Come on. There we are. Get stunned so I can hit you with that.
How much of our him have you heard, Menace?
But he said used to, so he does no longer?
Abide with Rubicon. Coral, endure within us all.
Yeah, I'm firing these way too fucking close, these missiles. Way too close.
Right shoulder ammunition at 50%.
All those hit buildings. This just may not be the setting for them either, but I'm using them wrong most of the time. Oh, I meant to fire my shoulders first, and then I fired my shoulders after, way too close. I hate where we're standing. Can we go somewhere else, please?
One repair kit remaining.
Please, 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 come up here. All right. Bud. Come on, all the way up. Isn't this nicer? Isn't this better? Voices or not, I think we can agree. This is better than slamming into, like, an insurance building every time you try and quick boost, yeah?
Coral must not be set free. Only tragedy awaits beyond the threshold.
All those missed. Sweet hit.
Right shoulder ammunition at 10%.
You go through those missiles pretty quick.
AP at 50%. Right shoulder ammunition depleted.
Oh, I thought you were out of dodges. I'm out of missiles.
No repair kits remaining.
Much better. Much better. I'll just go make a trip to the bookshelf. I know this was new, but you can catch me up on what happens.
The Rubiconian
I'll watch.
symbiosis is no more than suppression and exploitation of coral. We hope this encounter was informative. Now restoring the link to your handler. We shall speak again.
Okay, I talked over the start of a line that I then read twice, but I still don't think I took in. That short of a joke still caused me a problem. Fuck. Symbiosis is nothing more than... How have I already forgotten the end of the line? Oppression? Something in oppression? Anyway, All Mind doesn't want the... I've already forgotten the first word. Was it release? Symbiosis. Symbiosis of coral would be using coral. That's augmentation, right? All Mind doesn't want augmentation.
Raven, there's something you need to know about Thunder Lion.
Please repeat everything I was just supposed to hear.
Some data from the wreckage of his AC. It's something about coral release.
Is that what he was doing in there? Whatever calms you down for battle, I guess. War is weird. Oh, hello. Text data extracted from a wreck. This appears to come from the writings of Thumdol Mayan, father of the Liberation Front. As always, she whispers to me from inside. She tells me that she found something in the journals of Institute City. Something about the potential for symbiosis. Coral release. If such a thing is truly possible, then perhaps I can join her on the other side. They are ghosts. They are. Someone in my fucking comments said they weren't. Which is part of the reason I've been pivoting to making jokes more about bacteria now and then and stuff. They're fucking ghosts!
It seems Domayan really did experience contact, like you and I. Release. To free the coral, and go to the other side. The potential for symbiosis.
Or he fell in love with bacteria. It's just the way that was written. I was like, oh, his wife or daughter or friend died, and he'd go over to the other side. Might just be bacteria. There are ghosts, though! I've decided. That was a good time. I enjoy it. I enjoy it. Thank you so much for the AC. God, I love moving fast. I love moving fast. Next up is Keula's. HYJ and 7J4R BRRP. There it is. Is that Revenant? The Revenant. Load. Buy missing parts, go for it. Spend my money, Samantha, I don't mind. Let me paint, remove edit lock, discard edits, assembly. What have you given me? The Coquelet large caliber handgun. Rise of Core Theory introduced a new kind of close quarters combat, and with it, a reappraisal of handguns, which demonstrates stopping power and tremendous impact potential. I've used that once before. The Laser Blade, this is the starting one, right? Charge the weapon to increase, enabling combo attacks. So this is /1, so charge for combos. We have the earshot on. I know the earshot. And we have a plasma cannon. Charge to ramp up output and expand the blast radius. And apart from that, we look pretty light. Alba, Lammergeier from Metza and Kasuar. I think that's on the heavier side of the really truly light mechs. You know, not the lightest, but look, there's a Lammergeier chest in there. And all the pieces are pretty spindly. So the Kasuar legs are... Look at the fucking shape of these legs. Look at how many connections there are between the middle section of leg and the lowest section of leg. Then look at the one bent joint between the upper section of leg and the middle. It feels like when you kick off with all the force that bottom set of connections can manage, you would just tear off the top of the mech where it's connected by a relatively thin single connection. But I'll assume it works. The Alula, the Talbot, Aorta, Assault Armor. Got it. Got it, he said. Not sure he had it. Heavy missile launch support. Come on. Come on. I'm no good at this mission. And they've made it harder in New Game Plus. Would it be harder still?
Long time no see, tourist. I've got a job for you.
You be upset if I submitted another one? No, no worries. Go for it.
Finally started to affect my own business.
Very spiky, your favorite legs. The stability reflects the visuals, that's for sure.
Coyotes jumped at the chance to become their lackeys.
Maybe the it was the friends we made along the way.
Now they're feeling ambitious and sniffing around RAD territory again.
Your issue with Witcher 3 is there's too many cutscenes and also the combat's very unengaging. What was your issue? I would agree about combat, but they put out a patch a while back now where you could quick cast spells. You didn't have to equip one then cast. And I kind of want to try the game again because I think that will make combat, as long as you are using signs regularly, a lot more interesting. But yes, combat was one issue. The bigger issue was I don't like Geralt.
We'll make sure the Coyotes
I see why people like him. He's a fantastic character. I don't like him. I don't want to be him. I get very tired of him very quickly. He's just too cool. Nothing surprises him. He always has something to say. He's never caught off guard. Oh. Gotta go. Have a good night. Thanks for hanging out, KFC. Sleep well, sweet dreams. Have a good night, friendo. That was my major issue.
The dozers won't be too dosed up on Coral to make an appearance.
We were having a discussion in the anime channel, Discord, where I was the odd one out about JJK characters for the same reason. I don't love Gojo and JJK. He's cool. He's too cool. Not for me. I fired that off without even finding the target. I could have sworn there was one below me, so I just started firing and aiming after. Okay.
Confirmed. First enemy wave destroyed.
Okay, what are we doing?
We're all set, Chief. Commencing missile launch sequence.
Oh yeah, you haven't met. Chatty's our systems admin.
Geralt isn't cool, he's a dick.
But he knows his stuff.
Those two are not mutually exclusive.
No time for pleasantries. We've got Coyotes to deal with. Never thought they'd end up palling around with the PCA.
Shanks from One Piece has the right amount of cool and silly. You got the same approach to D&D? Hang on.
Here comes the second wave. Keep the fireworks safe.
They're coming from the front left side. Intercept, Raven.
Is that all of them? Some of them drop to the ground?
That's what I like to see, tourist. I almost pity the poor fools.
I get both? Cool. Next. So bad at this mission. Or did I kill them way ahead of schedule? I'm so good at this mission. Okay, we got more.
Look at all those coyotes. Don't let them slip past you.
Energy, 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 please. Thank you. Sick miss. To be fair, it did tell me you're nowhere near on target for this. And I still fired. I went right past the others. Oh, I thought I was going to catch them all together.
Tourist. The anticipation's half the fun. We want our guests to enjoy this.
Third wave coming from the bridge. These machines look different.
Toy box mechs. One of our spicier products. Take them out first.
Didn't need that. There more? Underneath or something? Good stuff. So far, such good stuff. Hello.
Launch sequence at 50%.
Chatty's almost ready. Don't fail us now, tourist.
Oh, I thought I re-aimed just in time to get that second one.
They're coming from 3 directions at once.
We got more toy box mechs. Don't let any through.
Looks like we're ahead of their reinforcements.
Maybe ease
Sub
off
missile
a little,
right took a
tourist.
big hit.
There won't be anyone left to see the fireworks.
All of them? Cool. Cool, cool, cool. Going better than it has in the past. Don't know what's exploding up there, but I see somebody coming in. Oh, I wish I had missiles. Come on. Oh, come on, just die, you two. I got other things I have to go do.
Looks like the bigger dogs have arrived.
Like this. I have no energy.
Batter up, tourist. You've blown up a warship before, right?
Confirmed. PCA warship destroyed.
Good.
That's the stuff. Thanks for the pre-show, tourist.
Missile launch sequence complete, Chief. Ready when you are.
You're the best, Chatty. You too, tourist. Here come the fireworks.
Did we get all 3 that time?
Enjoy.
Samantha, the first and second times, both. I only saved 1. Did I save 2 the second time? I think I only saved 1 each time. Good shit.
Looks like
Hell
that was
yeah.
a little off. Well, close enough is good enough for me.
One redeeming
They really are like fireworks.
One redeeming statement from that game, though, was when Siri straight up tells him that he was not the hero there, but her. Perspective in this game always bothers me. I want to see, like, people and cars on the road to drive home in the scale of the mechs. The scale of the mechs is, I don't think they're really that huge. It would be fun to see more things like it, but they've got, like, delivery, or what are they called, shipping crates. You can stand beside. I think the mechs are, like, 30, 40 feet tall. So big, especially if they're massive tank-like things.
Thanks for helping with the fireworks show. The Chief loved working with you, so don't be a stranger.
Maybe this mission is in fact not the worst for this build. It worked out fine. It helps that I've seen the mission twice, but it felt The only thing that was tough is I was surprised every time I couldn't fly a little longer, because I just always think lightweight mech, I'll be able to fly a bunch, but that's not the booster it had, may not be the generator it had, stuff like that. Otherwise, I could obviously get around to things quickly, and having 2 big cannons to take out waves of enemies now and then was pretty handy. You have the same approach to D&D, all your characters are a little silly and you can't handle a tabletop with cool and edgy players. Your first D&D character was a tiefling rogue with an edgy backstory. How the fuck was I supposed to know that was a stereotype? I started role-playing on text roleplay sites like a cool kid, in chat rooms and stuff, before D&D and things. And yeah, my first character was like an immortal half-demon with an arm covered in scars because he left himself a reminder every one of his mortal friends passed away, kind of thing, you know? Yeah. I know that period well. In fact, the most successful character I ever made on that site, that people were the most interested in working with and most fun for me to write, was a character, thank you so much for that, Mech, by the way, that was really enjoyable. Character called Peter, who had like a million crippling faults. They were, first of all, a child of like 14 years old, and they were almost mute. They had no trust for adults specifically. They had a few physical issues. It was working around those limitations and finding out how to become part of storylines when my character didn't trust a majority of the other characters. That head looks out of place. Termite. AC name Springtail. Okay. It was a good time. And from then on, I really only made characters with at least one major weakness. There was one I had called Insidious, who basically had glass bone syndrome, but felt that he understood, like all these evil creatures were just misunderstood. So he always had friends and pets that were like, you know, chimeras and stuff. And he would just try to walk into a city and people would be like, you can't bring a fucking chimera in here. I'm getting the city guard to kill you. And he'd be like, they're just misunderstood. But of course he sucked. So as soon as the guard killed the chimera or whatever his friend was, he'd be like, please don't hurt me. He couldn't fight at all. He was hugely fun to play. It wasn't always just that storyline, but that's the one, that's how I would introduce him into new situations generally. And people liked someone playing a weak character so much, they would then find ways to involve him in their sort of like ongoing storylines and things. It worked very well. What do I have here? I have the Ducket long-barreled handgun developed by Balaam. This model increases firepower while retaining the impact potential of its predecessor. Still, taking advantage of this weapon in a large-scale engagement demands skill and experience. We have 2 of them. We also have the needle launcher and the Huxley kinetic ammo orbits developed by Balaam. These orbits follow the user's AC and automatically fire at any enemy craft they detect. The control components of the orbits incorporate the technology of an Arquebus affiliate. I bet they don't have very long range then. So, I've got medium range pistols, maybe medium short ranged orbits, and then when I stun them, I needle them. I think I can handle that. Basho head, Alba, Noctrier. This looks very light overall. I didn't even look at my FCS and stuff. Gills, got it. The Talbot, got it. Pulse armor, got it. Okay. Okay. Pomegranates, does it matter which choice I make? Eliminate the enforcement squads or destroy the special forces craft? Samantha? For getting my 3rd ending, for seeing all the content, does it matter? The first character was a mute warforged golem shaped like a cauldron. His name was Cal and you communicated through mime. Hell yes. Hell yes. That's awesome. I love the being a cauldron is my favorite detail there. That's great. Maybe it would help if your footsteps did damage because, you know, you're a several ton war machine crushing through the city. You're like 20 meters tall. Flaw child. Not a fan of the flat head. I kind of like it, but like the rest of this mech is so lithe and sharp. And then there's just this like flat head with visible rivets on top. It looks like the last mission didn't go so well and took a very unfortunate stray gigantic explosive to the head. I guess like a laser because the rest of the body wouldn't have been damaged. And they were like, oh, there's no time to get down to the mech store and get the appropriate thing. Just put one of those old ones on. Boom, flat top. close range blast them, then needle them. No, it doesn't matter. Oh. I feel like this is not the mech for the cataphract, but it's so different from what we fought the cataphract with the first time. I would like to fight the cataphract.
This
Let's see how this
comes
goes.
from the Rubicon Liberation Front.
Gotta go, Hydro. Love the stream. See you and Samantha next time. Thanks for hanging out, Dante. Have a good day, night, whatever you're off to. Sleep well if you're head to bed.
We have a mission we'd like to offer you.
In general, you should side with air, which means siding with the Rubiconians
Deployed the cataphract,
pretty consistently,
a
right?
special forces weapon specialized for ground combat.
But wasn't Dolmayan saying something about...
the corporations to seize this kind of technology?
Nope, it's gone.
Take a dire turn.
But you know what's not gone? The myths of Troy, as retold by... Actually, I haven't read this one yet, so...
The cataphract is a moving fortress equipped with almost impenetrable armor. It incorporates a bipedal MT as
Pretty sure you one-phased cataphract with this one? Wow. All right.
That MT core is also its vulnerability. Focus your fire there, and it can be beaten.
It's kind of funny that this pays more than the other mission. Because, well, maybe you don't do the mission anyway later, but... The cataphract comes back if you don't kill it here, right? You have to fight it anyway. In essentially a harder situation later.
Hoping their rivals will wear each other down.
Given it comes to the end of another mission, whereas it's on its own here.
Desperate to avoid confronting a triumphant victor.
Flawless segue, I am a professional. Been a while though, so don't quote me. I'm gonna try and replicate you.
Main system activating combat mode.
Commence mission. Destroy the PCA-SP machine, Cataphract.
Cataphract incoming.
Code 2-3. Enemy AC confirmed.
Oh my god, they do have crazy impact. Dude, I couldn't even think about dodging because I was so shocked at the impact these output. Alright, that one I just forgot how you're supposed to dodge it. I think that's a good jump dodge.
That leak of yours started all of it. Did you really think we'd let you?
I'm on the wrong side.
What does it mean?
You've made Rubicon the corporation's playground. We have law and order under the PCA's watch.
Must be your license.
I got hit by that? Shit. Could have sworn I had the timing just right.
Nothing to worry about now, sister.
Ooh, got lucky landing that.
2 repair kits remaining.
Direct hit on the quarantine. It's working.
Code 4. Send me what you've got on priority target radar. The combat simulator has misled me. Who are you?
Stop. Save that for when he's stunned. Stop trying to stun him with the lucky shots from that shit. Hydro, what are you doing? What the fuck are you doing?
Whoever this is, it's not real. Regardless, they're as much of a threat to the PCA, if not more. I don't know who you are, but you're
None of those landed. It's okay. I've got tons of bullets for him.
What did you do?
Focus 6-2. They're on their guard now.
So I can say. Oh, I keep hitting that when it's already out and putting it away. I'm so bad with this orbital, I can't keep track of it. Alright, just leave it out. It's out. It's out. Don't touch that. You're fine. Don't touch it. Shit. I thought I touched ground and could do a kickoff, and I was wrong. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. Wow.
Code 5. Sending combat log requesting verification.
These handguns are incredible.
The cataphract has been destroyed. Mission accomplished.
Incredible.
Forget about this Raven character. Borrowed licenses are always trouble.
Huh. What are you and Walter doing here on Rubicon?
Honeymoon. Don't worry about it. What's up, Papa Moon? Good to see you. Happy Thursday, friendo. Money, money. Surprised no one's made you a fists and kicks only build yet. Not yet. Was your favorite build for New Game Plus run? So glad you like it too. The stream is sponsored by Pistols.
I'm a busy man, far too busy for the likes of you.
Ah, Snail.
So I hear.
Snail.
Must be a tough time to be the Vesper's deputy commander.
Get to the point.
The plan to raid the PCA. You're going to need more pawns on the board.
Of course, you're here to hawk your services again. Very well. I'll consider that mutt of yours part of the effort.
One more thing. Show my hound some respect. Gen 4's as good a pedigree as any other.
Our duct tape holds. How dare you speak down to me? If I didn't have a mouse forever implanted into my hand with duct tape, I'd sock you one, Snail. How dare he?
One new message.
Raven, thank you for taking the cataphract mission.
You're welcome.
Uncle Flatwell was pleased. He called you a valuable asset. With your help, maybe we can beat the corporations and the PCA.
Maybe.
No.
Did Uncle Flatwell mention anything about me killing Thumdomayan?
That's how we'll win.
I think we got away with that one.
Raven, just so you know, it looks like some unknown craft data has been added to the integration program. Why don't we go take a peek?
I just remembered, weren't we here to find tractor parts? Yes. And we've unlocked a lot of parts. None of them for a tractor. So we took up reading. No, we went to Lightyear Frontier to find our tractor parts. Now we're back for plot. Imagine if it gave me tractor parts at the end of the game. Like, just if out of coincidence there was a comedy, like, riding mower inspired set. It's not worth holding out hope for. But I would just be made as a streamer. Made. Billions of views right there. Classified subject 51201W. The last of the IBIS series has made itself known. We've identified a promising candidate to serve as the project's secondary factor. Secondary factor. This machine must be destroyed to remove any further obstructions. That man has greatly delayed our efforts to put the third factor in place. Revisions must be made. Let's try long pistoling it down. The wrecker frame part's the closest thing to tractor parts in this game, I figured.
HAL 826. That's an IBIS series designation.
That's what, Walter brings against you, isn't it?
See how it performs.
I don't remember the big back shoulders, though I know I've seen them somewhere before, but the head, this is what Walter pilots against you in the first inning I got.
Combat mode.
Maybe Allmind was keeping this data secret because it was embarrassed by this build. You'd become a famous video game psychic? Yes, people would hire me as a video game psychic. Between this and the call out I made in Until Dawn, no one could deny me. No one could deny me. Coral Tech is nothing against gun. Just Coral falls before normal technological advancement. Just like real Coral, very sadly. Okay, I regret making that joke. Let's move on. Coral rifle. We can rebuild the reef with this. I assume it shoots coral. HAL 826. Walter presses Snail's button so easily, it's funny.
That machine, it clearly used Coral technology. But what connection does it have to the fires of IBIS?
Well, The cockpit windows looked broken. So maybe it's been around since some time of unrest like that. Maybe the mech is from the battles surrounding the fires of Ibis. Or somebody left their phone out on the seat and someone broke in to steal it. I don't know. Air, you've got to tell me. I've been talking about fucking books for 3 hours. Air, you have to tell me. I'm not going to work it out. Balaam was right all along. You're contaminating Rubicon with this one. Spec design is fantastic. I don't think we're going to go that much longer, though, and I've got one more in waiting, so I'm going to switch it up, but I like it. I like the termite quite a lot. We got 2 Borgletorps here. This one costs more. Which Borgletorp should I... You know, the first one is probably... I'll leave Bingletorp and delete this one. Because I think the first one is the one you first intended to give me, and the second was a compromise based on parts I had at the time. So this is the true Borgletorp cannon I think I've preserved here. JP1 UZ27 Ifau Dozer 03. Oh, fuck you. Oh, wait, this isn't... No, this is the wreck. No, this isn't the wreck. Is this, what's his name? Is this the flamethrower guy's pieces, or is this the wrecker pieces? Load. I had to purchase some of this. Probably threw out the parts I had. Oh, it's got the, whatever it's called, 16 candles or whatever. Though that went better for me than last time I tried it. Paint, break edit lock, discard edits, assembly. We have the attaché machine gun. This is the thunk 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 one. I know this. We have the Sweet 16. That's it. I know this. We have a 10-cell multi-lock missile launcher and the Changchen machine gun. Designed for sustained combat potential and uses oversized ammunition magazines. Minimal need for reloading, makes it well suited. So we have that to switch with a shotgun. Interesting. Nope, this is the wrecker. Though with Mind Alpha arms, it is the wrecker. Flugel boosters. You gave me a shit FCS. Principally designed to reduce missile lock time. There's one set of missiles on this mech. Okay. All right. Generator and terminal armor. All right. Let's try it. Now, guy, here's some grant money. See what Coral can do. Walter, I have to violate every space treaty at once. Funny welding mask. Honest Brute uses the wrecker frame. You already have the HAL parts. Description for them explains everything about it. You say that. Let's put that to the test. Explains everything about it. Okay, I don't have all the HAL parts. Core part for the HAL 826 piloted core, developed long ago by the Rubicon Research Institute, the last of the Ibis series, and the only piloted Ibis craft. It was built to be the final safety valve to prevent a coral collapse. It runs on coral. Why would it prevent a coral collapse? HAL arms. Okay, they all say the same thing. Okay. So some of them are piloted. This was the last one piloted. The ones I fight generally haven't been. Like, I don't think the big boss down to the Undercity seemed piloted. Someone said it wasn't. Did I assume that? I'm not sure. And this was made to prevent the coral collapse. No, I haven't got it. Attack the old spaceport. Away we go.
Hey there, buddy. Got a request from Archibus for you. Here's the briefing from my CO, who came up with the plan.
Dozer parts are very resistant to damage. Let them cook, Hydro. This mech is good.
This is V2 Snail. I shall brief you on the
On one hand, it's a dozer, so troll by default, but on the other hand, Mind Alpha and Missile FCS makes it pretty viable.
Consider it a rare privilege.
Also, welding mask funny.
We will conduct simultaneous surprise raids on 2 planetary closure administration bases. One is the Hall of Communications base, the relay for comms between enemy squads. The second is the former Bertram spaceport, seized by the PCA for its suppression fleet. V4 Rusty will be dispatched to handle the Harlov base. His objective will be to disable their network and prevent support from PC elite squads.
Is this the one where I meet the
Raven,
worm?
during this time you must destroy all
It
the heavy
is.
warships berthed at the spaceport.
I remember this being a hard mission the first time through, and a little tricky
Solid plan,
the
but
second time
there's a
through.
catch.
I think I didn't have to
PCA
reload
comms
the second time
won't
through,
last
but I
long.
might have. I don't recall. But a little
I'll come
tricky
support you when
to
I
not
finish
take a
on my
bunch of
end.
damage in the opening, sort of like 3/4 of the mission before the big fight. Sortie. So maybe resistant to damage is exactly what I
If this
need.
mission succeeds, the corporations will deal the PCA a major blow. Ignore V2's snotty attitude. Just focus on your own work.
I look like Wally's big cousin, Fighty.
Main system activating combat mode.
Commence mission. Destroy all the berthed warships.
Code 1-5. Intruder detected. Sharing all base personnel. Commencing threat evaluation.
I'm on standby near Harloff, buddy. Patch me in. I'll gauge the situation on your end before I jump in.
Code 5. Target for termination confirmed.
That's Planetary Closure Administration LC, Raven. Engage.
Certainly slow enough to have good damage resistance.
Target for termination approaching warship.
Estimated threat range 3 to 4. Contain the target.
I think that's enough damage for you. Focus on just breaking your attached ship now and that'll be fine.
Hey, buddy. I've taken out the relay mast. That takes care of their external comms for now.
Keep going up, please.
Keep moving.
What was that little kick spit in the middle?
4 targets left.
Code 5. Target confirmed. Moving to intercept.
External comms are
Right
out.
with you.
What's going on?
Okay, up again. 10 missiles enough to take one of these down on its own? No, I'm always shocked at how little damage missiles seem to do.
Looks like you're doing just fine, buddy.
I guess it's a balance thing because they're meant to, you know, harass
Don't expect
people
the comms
generally.
blackout to hold for long.
But like, it feels like they should be one of the more powerful things
Code
when they
5.
land direct
Intruder
hits, right?
detected. Threat level 4. Handle it.
Target is approaching warship.
Am I being chased by a whole bunch of them?
Keep the target away.
Some of them.
Two warships left.
Just one more, Raven.
I need energy. Okay, now I can go up and get you. Sweet 16. Oh, it's not enough on its own either.
Looks like you got them all,
Reload.
621.
Is this thing reloaded?
You there, buddy?
Yep.
Bad news. The PCA's external comms are back online.
From hardware.
They've got warships
Arquebus
headed
gen
your
moment.
way. Hold out till I reach you.
All right, there should be a couple snipers coming down now.
There's the catch. Resupply while you can, 621.
Wait, I don't usually get a do I? Maybe I do. I'll take it. I think I do. I think I remember coming over here for some reason. New Game Plus. Alright. And there are the guys I was worried about earlier.
Enemy detected. They're
I
firing
think there's a
from above.
jump somewhere over here.
Code 5. Target for termination approaching.
Over here, there it is.
Handle it. The main squad will be here soon.
Can't fault the Sweet 16 for that. Can't fault it one bit.
Company 621, in front of the base.
can it make it? I need you to fly a bit more towards me. Fuck, it's still moving away from me. Yeah, fucking stand still for a second, die. There we go. Reload, reload. Swap. We good now? I accidentally hit my missiles when swapping. Just naturally hit both hands.
Code 1-5. Target
Can you
for
please just stand in front of my bullets? Jeez. I've seen you ships hover before. Could you just stop moving? You're really avoiding a lot of damage. Do you know that? Do you know how annoying that is?
Looks like we've got high-ranking PCA officers.
You know what never moves out of the way when I'm trying to damage it? Grass. I need to get those tractor
I've got
parts.
your back, buddy. Hope you've got mine.
Code 4.
All right, which one should I kill
Send me what
first?
you've got on the target.
Relaying system
Maybe you?
response. Corporate 18, V4 Russian. Independent mercenary, Raven. Data on the mercenary is being checked for discrepancy.
Strange bedfellows.
Okay, dodging sideways did not do me any good there. I cannot move.
PCA enforcement craft. High mobility LC and HC. One's agile, the other's a heavy.
Do I have the 16 candles in my hand? I think I do.
Repair kits remaining.
Sweet 16. I keep saying 16 candles.
Finish them off, 16. These are elite PCA enforcers, buddy. Don't give them an opening.
One.
Report to system. Code 7-8. Threat level.
One PCA craft left.
Code 7-8.
Well, you dodge a lot. You know that? I would never tell you that before about yourself. You dodge a lot.
Heavy damage.
Nice work, buddy. Glad you're on my side.
Code 3-1A. Systems green.
Did I fire the 16 candles the wrong time?
1 repair kit remaining.
Sweet 16.
We check. Code 7-8.
Confirmed. PCA craft destroyed.
Easy peasy. Now we just need to avoid the worm for a bit.
I'm picking up something.
That wumbo combo.
I've sent you a marker.
Ghosts really did get in our heads. We forgot the real mission. Building a new, better tractor. If I like just fly up like somewhere well out of its way. You know what? They're probably locked off.
It's underground.
Probably all locked off. And I assume these buildings will just get destroyed as it comes through them, right? So I can't like live atop a building mainly out of its way.
Is that another PCA weapon?
This coral response. There's no pilot.
So
It's
good.
an autonomous sealer.
I can't get a read on it. This is bad.
Still good. Okay, not so good now.
Just focus on staying alive, 621.
Sure. Yeah, we're not allowed to go into any of the areas. We just get away from it. Slicer into Sweet 16, easy.
Wait.
Sandworm.
It's changing its behavioral pattern, answering to a greater imperative. To convergence.
Looks like the PCA's helped itself
Why
to
does
the
that surprise
Institute's
her?
relics.
She is Coral.
621.
She knows
Rest of the
what
base.
Coral is.
I'll come up with a plan to deal with our
She
new
doesn't
friend.
know either that the PCA would want to defend the Coral Convergence, or that given that machine runs on Coral, maybe the Coral inside has some control over it, and it wants to defend the Convergence? Why is she surprised by that? Just normal thoughts the third time through a game story. No one could possibly have made a guess by this point.
After the PCA sicked that Institute weapon on us, Arquebus and Balaam have moved to cooperate.
Normal thoughts.
IA-02, aka Iceworm. It's a sea weapon, an autonomous deterrent created to protect the Coral. If we don't take it out, no one's going to reach the Convergence.
Hell yeah, I finished the mission with Doser. Just won a game of PUBG. Today is good. Well done. Winner, chicken dinner. I've never won a game of PUBG. Not played a ton of it either, but my brother was big on it for a while, and I played a couple rounds with him. I played one on stream. It was ill-fated. But that one round did get its own highlights video over on my second YouTube channel. If anyone's ever curious how it went. It was so bad.
Raven, we've received your request, and it's about Coral release.
Hmm?
The message is highly encrypted with top-level security, and designed not to leave a trace.
It's only for the eyes of people who have been through the timeline twice
Mind
before.
doesn't want Walter to know about this. Let's take a look and decide what to do.
That's not really making a decision. That was obviously what we were going to do, was take a look and then decide. But thank you for your support
New
there.
messages.
Heard the news, tourist. Iceworm, huh? You just keep tripping up over the Institute's relics, don't you? Well, I got something that might interest you. Sent you a briefing.
Whoa, sandworms. You hate them, right?
Sorry to impose on you, Raven, but I've just sent you an urgent request.
Everyone's got urgent requests
I
from
wish
me.
we could deal with this on our own, but we've got no choice but to count on you.
Everyone wants so
Take
much
a look
from
and
me.
see what you think.
621. I need you to pick up Crunchwrap Supremes from me in Michigan. Don't forget the Baja Blast. Be sure that you attach a fridge to your core. Baja Blast better be cold. This is where we started the evening, right? I remember finding this one very impressive in the damage I was able to lay out. Which mission did I use that on now? I forget. This was, yes, the combination. This was right. I opened this, I don't know why, out of curiosity. I'm trying to decide if I want to do one more mission because my eyes are very tired, but it sounds like we have something new and important. Historic data recovery or Coral export denial. Really? The third time through, we get to stop studying, start denial. Centralized field, Jorgen refueling base. Yeah, my eyes. I really want to play this mission. I really want to play this mission, but my eyes are actually slightly pained right now. So we're going to save that. Maybe that means we'll play this game Sunday. And I can kick the can of trying to choose games to play to add to the schedule even further down the road. Right now, I would say expect more Armored Core 6 on Sunday and a new game to start sometime next week. I'll be on Sunday at 6 p.m. US Eastern. And next week, I expect to have a normal schedule. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Sunday. Thank you so much for the builds. Tonight was a huge amount of fun. Only one of them did I not finish a mission with. And Even that one, I felt like it just wasn't suited to what I was doing, and I wasn't great with it. But up to the point where I could not progress using it, I was slowly learning and enjoying it. It wasn't bad. I was having a good time. I hope you can make it on Sunday or sometime next week. I hope until then you have a fantastic time. You were a delight. You're lovely people. And as ever, it was great. I will, no, I've said everything I need to say. Oh, except next special event. Do I even need to talk about this? Just because I've got nothing planned for it yet. I've started making notes of plans, but I've got no firm plans. You should expect one or more special themed streams in celebration of pets and cute animals at the start of next month, start of May, because May 1st is Dish Soap and Origami's birthday. So we will be celebrating a sort of Pets Week or a Pets Day. I'm really loose on the details. Just something to look forward to. I've got nothing more to tell you about it now. Thanks for the stream. Thanks for being here. Thanks, Hydra. Good night, everyone. Everyone have a lovely, lovely evening or day or whatever. I'm tired enough. I'm just gonna get going. You all have good luck finding yourself some more entertainment. And yeah, take care. Night, Samantha.